Spigarelli Law Firm, Crossland Construction, University Bank, SEK Urgent Care, Jocksich Sporting Goods, Kanar Eye Care, the Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, Lane Lord Basketball Camp, Lindbergh Pharmacy, Pet Care and Surgery Center, Pittsburg State University, and Ryan Insurance.
Now let's go live courtside for tonight's pregame show on ESPN 100.7.
The Dragons' Den is buzzing ahead of tonight's SEK clash between the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons and the Chanute Blue Comets. Tonight, also homecoming, so all the festivities, fun, and dancing will be put on hold just momentarily as two premier clubs in the Southeast Kansas Conference are set to tip off shortly. Here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Alongside Avi Sharma, Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio, Cam Molina with you. How about a three-game win streak? The first time under the tutelage of Chris Krotz this has happened for the Purple Dragons. Avi, a big win over Parsons to secure that three-game win streak, a 61-49 validating win for this club to move from a club that many saw as, well, this is going to be a rebuilding process, a lot of younger players, we can go ahead and mail it in this year, to this team could finish potentially top three in the Southeast Kansas Conference to give themselves a fantastic opportunity to be at least a top two seed in the sub-state.
Well, Cameron, every time that you and I talk about this girls team, the last three times we're like, hey, this is the best game they played. Then all of a sudden, hey, this is the best game they played. Guess what, Cameron? Last Tuesday, hey, that was the best game they played all season. So it's a continuing trend that's going on for them. And there was a big statement win on Tuesday against Parsons. An absolute great game by them. Even though Nina Taylor did her thing and went off, the rest of the girls couldn't get the job done against these Purple Dragons. So hats off to them for having a great game. Again, you got to move forward to it, and it's Friday now. It's prime time, if you will. It's homecoming in front of your fans. It's going to be a packed house tonight. But don't look past this Chanute team. You and I talked about it before we got on air. You're thinking this is going to be a pretty good matchup. You remember the last time you and I had to call this game. It was quite the nail-biter in overtime at Chanute.
Well, you mentioned the double overtime contest back in December before Christmas break. How fun of a game that was, a 72-70 victory for the Dragons. Let's talk about currently how the Dragons are on the up and up, a great upswing right now following a three-game win streak. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Dustin Fox's 3-12 Blue Comets struggling as of late, a 59-42 loss on the road to Lafayette County. Tristan Gegg, she'll do what Tristan Gegg does, dropping 26 points in that contest. But this team only trailed by 8 heading into the fourth quarter. They were in prime position to give themselves a shot at winning that game, an upset potentially. This is a team that's stacked with young talent, much like the Dragons. It's about getting over that hurdle, though.
Yeah, it seems that, that I know we only call PHS, but it seems like every team that we've seen has gotten better since the first time that all these guys have met. And, sometimes you guys there is down seasons in every program. It always happens. You just never know when it is. And, for this Chanute team, I don't think that's the case. I think this Chanute team is up and coming, and they are having a lot of potential to do good. Only trailing by 8 to start the fourth quarter against Lafayette, that's a pretty good achievement, if you will. I mean, heck, I think it was, 2 or 3 points PHS was down by at halftime. So, Lafayette's not unstoppable, but it's just showing that how good these teams can be when they're at their peak potential going against girls like these.
And with that, we will take a 2-minute commercial break. We will be joined by the Purple Dragons head girls basketball coach, Chris Krotz, as he discusses the 3-game win streak and some players who scored season highs against Parson and how his team is firing on all cylinders. We'll be back with that and more here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Don't miss the live radio auction Saturday, February 24th, starting at 8 a.m. here on ESPN 100.7. Also broadcast on My Country 101.7 and KWXD 103.5. We will have farm and ag products, soybeans, equipment, and more, plus food plots for those deer hunters, recliners, mattresses, meat bundles, generators, and the list keeps growing. If your business would like to get involved with the radio auction, you can call 620-232-5993 for more info. To get your business on the area's largest radio auction, covering Southwest Missouri and Southeast Kansas, February 24th at 8 a.m. Don't miss it. Does your current check...
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
By Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Crott. Coach, last time out, avenging a December loss to the Parsons Vikings on Tuesday, a 61-49 win over Mike Kroll's now 8-8 Vikings. Coach, first of all, first time this season you guys have earned 3 consecutive wins. Can you touch on the streak you guys have been on lately?
I think we're playing some decent defense right now and getting enough offense, and kind of some things are coming together a little bit. But the main thing is just the girls are late in the season here. The girls are just playing hard, coming to practice every day, working hard, and I think they're starting to see some of that work pay off.
Well, Coach, and as you say, that 3 girls in particular had all that hard work exemplified on Tuesday. Sophia Pinamani, Ella Hendrickson, and Cassidy Odell all earned season high in scoring. Pinamani and Odell with 10 and Ella Hendrickson with 8. Can you touch on how your second unit and maybe one of your ancillary scorers in that starting rotation were able to find their stride that night?
I might just think playing more ball. I mean, you're talking about 2 sophomores and a freshman there, and the more they've played, the less the nerves are there, and you see the ball go through the hoop a few times. You start gaining confidence, and I think that's the main thing right now. Is some of our younger girls are starting to get some confidence.
Well, Coach, I already know you mentioned the defensive effort you guys put forth on Tuesday, but being able to defend Nina Taylor, one of the best scorers in the Southeast Kansas Conference, is difficult to do. She's going to get hers, but it seems you guys limited her in the second half, forcing her to go right, and she missed some tough shots, as well as Correll for the Vikings. You seem to also put a clamp on the second through fourth scores against Parsons. Can you touch on how well you guys played defense, and in addition, what was the scheme coming in?
Well, yeah, the scheme was definitely to try to limit Nina and Correll, but Nina's going to get hers. We did what we could. I mean, she's so aggressive and physically strong and just has a good temperament that, I mean, that was kind of, we threw our best that we could at her. So it's kind of like, if she's going to get hers, at least maybe we can keep everybody else. And, we were able to keep everybody else under 10 points and, made quite a bit of difference.
Well, Coach, with that last win against Parsons, you and your girls advanced to 500 at the Southeast Kansas Conference League. At one point, you guys were 1-3, 1-4. Can you talk about the flip around and the record? And in addition, can you talk about the confidence that comes along with that?
Well, I said it's just the girls have been working hard. I mean, it's all their effort. They practice hard, they come in focused, and along the ways we've had just enough wins and things there to keep their confidence up. And then I kind of feel like that fourth quarter and at Independence was, at this point right now, maybe the turning point in our season where we were able to pull out a close win and pull it out late, and the girls have really gained some confidence from that. Hopefully we can keep moving forward with it.
Cam Molina currently talking with Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Crott.
Well, Coach, coming up, you have Chanute, and 9 of your last 10 games have been at home. Can you talk about how imperative it has been to play well on your own court and how the community and fans have really affected your guys' play for the positive?
Oh, yeah, it's been great to be home as much as we've been home. And, you know, the fans' support has been awesome. And, yeah, we need to take care of business here. And I really feel like all the home games we've had has really made it a lot more comfortable for our freshmen and sophomores to really grow this year as well. But, you know, we still got some road games coming up, some important ones, and, you know, hopefully we can go get those as well.
Coach, you have a fairly young roster. A lot of players are playing beyond their years, but in terms of academically, all mostly freshmen, sophomores, and with that, some of the festivities that go along with being in high school, including homecoming, coming to fruition Friday against Chanute. You'll have homecoming festivities. How do you as a coach try to make sure your girls do not become complacent, if that, or try not to lose focus of the task at hand?
Well, I can try to keep their focus as much as possible, and I hope they're ready to play. But, yeah, as for is there some secret remedy to make sure that, you know, 16, 17, 15-year-old girls are all focused and ready to play basketball in homecoming week? I don't know if there's any special way to go about that other than just, you know, go to practice and get them prepared, and hopefully they're mentally tough and ready to go.
Coach, last time he played Chanute, it was a double overtime victory. They'll come onto your home court Friday. Can you touch on what you expect from Chanute? I'm assuming both teams are vastly improved since then. Watching and observing your girls, they certainly are, and I'm guessing Chanute will do the same. Can you touch on what you expect from them?
Yeah, they look. I'm watching them on film, and they look really good. I just feel like Chanute, it's going to be a really tough game. I just, you know, hope we're ready to come out and play with energy, because I know they are. And they're going to spread you out, and drive, and get to the basket. And, man, they're aggressive offensively, getting to the hole and kicking out for three-pointers. And, you know, they just do some good things defensively, mixing up with some traps and presses. I mean, we're going to have to be ready to go. We're going to be on our game.
That was Chris Krotz, head girls basketball coach of Pittsburg High School. We are back shortly with starting rotations and insight and notes into tonight's matchup between the Blue Comets and the Purple Dragons here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work, like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
Advanced technology, comprehensive quality care. That's Canar Eye Care. We have the newest technology, but we never lose sight of what's most important, our patients. Eye care has changed dramatically in recent years, and we've been there for you every step of the way. At Canar Eye Care, patients spend time with doctors. Total eye care, from contact lenses, including bifocal contacts, treatment of disease, and surgical co-management. Canar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
You heard the bump. You can stream all your favorite Purple Dragon athletes and Blue Comet athletes live on our sports headquarters official website, ESPN100.7.com. Alongside Avi Sharma, she'll be right back in our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you Avi, this is a Purple Dragon team that has slowly grown and matured under the tutelage of first-year head coach Chris Krotz. But, again, he's no stranger to coaching very young, talented players. He did the exact same thing at Baxter Springs, brought his experience over here and the energy, too. He and Keith Matlock have been a great coaching tandem and have, in turn, allowed Cassidy Odell, Indra Hendrickson, and Sophia Penamani to shine and prosper. Those three all scoring season highs against the Vikings on Tuesday. And Odell dropped 10 points, including 4 rebounds. Sophia Penamani, 10 points, 3 rebounds. And then Hendrickson off the bench, 8 points, 4 rebounds. A fantastic showing for the Purple Dragons bench.
Yeah, you can't preach enough how big that bench played in a big situation game like that, Cameron. They all stepped in very well, and they played phenomenal. It was just a great showing by all of them. You know, we talked about the how this team needs to grow and continue to grow, and they're doing just that. Each player stepping up and doing their own thing. You know, we talked about how Madden Petty, you know, she carries the workload. She didn't have to carry the workload on Tuesday, Cameron. She was able to share the wealth, and she really didn't have the chance to really put up shots because other girls were stepping in doing their own thing.
And that's where we've seen the greatest alteration of this team, both offensively and defensively. Madden Petty, if we trace back a week ago to Independence, she was on the bench to start the game. And you and I at least speculated that it was due to fatigue and maybe her being called on far too much to try to carry that offensive burden. But putting her on the bench, allowing her to go with that second unit and supply that second platoon with a nice offensive punch really paid off in a win over the Bulldogs, 41-36. And in addition, against Parsons, she's in the starting rotation, but Penamani, Odell, Hendrickson all getting valuable minutes and allowing Petty to rest. This is a perfect opportunity for the Dragons to make a run right now with their bench playing extremely well and Madden Petty getting that valuable rest. On the topic of the freshman, how well she's played. I know speaking with Coach Krotz in the weeks past, he's been really working with her, as same thing with Coach Matlock, about not trying to drive right all the time, trying to go to that short corner where she feels comfortable and breaking up those tendencies a little bit. She's been settling more so for this pull-up jump shots, attacking in the middle of the key. In addition, working the ball around the horn and letting the offense come to her. Yeah, and you know, that's the thing is it's growing pains, Cameron, as a freshman. You know, you want to do those things that you're always so used to doing. And, you know, we talk about it whenever we're watching the game. Petty likes to favorite that right side when she does her little drive in and put up a layup and stuff. Well, and she's really working on that. She's becoming a better player, and so is every other girl on this team. We are seeing some great play all around. You know, Sophia Penamani, like you said, stepped up. Ella Hendrickson stepped up. Cassidy Odell. And we can go around the board. We can even say, you know, the senior captain and the leader of this team, and Abby Casper, she stepped up. She's playing very good minutes, and she's being the leader that this team really needs, someone that they can always rely on, someone that they can get their listen from and learn from. Well, on that topic, let's meet tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the Dragons. It will be the freshman Madden Petty in the backcourt. She'll give a high five to Abby Casper and Sophia Penamani in the front court. The two towers in Kaden Matlock and Caitlin Kidd, the sophomore and senior respectively. As for Dustin Fox's 3 and 12 Blue Comets, it's Taylor Thompson, Corey Babcock, the freshman, Tori Boosie, Madison Thompson, who dropped 21 points against the Dragons back in December prior to Christmas break, and Molly Rollins. Thompson is a fantastic player for Dustin Fox. Again, another player that has grown under the tutelage of Coach Fox over 4 years. Her outside game, very impactful in terms of how it affects this team. She shot 3 of 5 last time against the Purple Dragons. It will be imperative tonight for PHS to lock down that perimeter. And Cameron, the first time these two met, there was one problem, or actually a couple problems PHS couldn't overcome. The press. That was a huge ordeal that made that, I believe it was a third quarter collapse that really changed the ball game up because Pittsburgh was carrying this thing away, and then that third quarter collapse happened. And then the other thing was second chance points. You cannot let that happen. This Chanute team, they don't have necessarily the biggest height, but they're scrappy, and that's a very, very good thing in this kind of league because you can get those quick rebounds, kick it back out to a wide-open three, and there's second chance points. And that demeanor has really infused itself with a lot of these Chanute players, and coming into tonight, we should expect that full-court press to try to force those turnovers, and I know you alluded to the second half of action for the Dragons last time these two teams played. How about a 15-4 scoring advantage for the Blue Comets in the fourth quarter when these two teams had a good tilt back in December. The Purple Dragons against Parsons, however, in contrast, 32 second half points. So both of these teams have grown since their last meeting. The Dragons, in terms of their second half production, have picked up. Let's see if the Blue Comets can respond with a second half production increase of their own.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this matchup, Cameron. I think we got ourselves a pretty good night of basketball here, and we're going to see a pretty packed house tonight for homecoming. And then the best part of all of this is we have a new guest during our halftime show today.
I guess we'll reveal him or her. We'll leave you all in suspense.
There we go.
During halftime. With that, the Dragons will come out in their bleach white uniforms with purple numerals and lettering with gray trim. The Chanute Blue Comets with their powder blue, which is somewhat akin to the ex-San Diego Chargers, now LA Chargers, powder blue uniforms with white numerals and letterings. Dragons will let it tip off. Matlock scoops it, a cornhole style toss backwards to Abby Casper, and we are off. Rotated to the right wing, with it is Petty, following a pass from Matlock. Near side block with it is Kidd. She'll lose her balance and she travels, so the Blue Comets will have their first offensive sequence, and the Dragons will come out and a quick little man press. Good read by Petty as she stepped right in front of Thompson to delay the inbound and then swatted it away. The dog still have not been called off for the Purple Dragons, as both Taylor Thompson as well as Babcock are in the backcourt. Babcock is able to get the inbound far baseline from Boosie. Babcock crosses over left to right, right to left, kicks the ball left corner, head fake shown by Rollins. Rollins will go to the left block, rotates it back outside the perimeter, flashing to the rock is Thompson. Taylor Thompson looks low for an open Madison Thompson, in a foul by Madden Petty, who, after trying to close out and dive on Thompson, who caught the ball on the low post, she was bopped in the face. And a correction, it's called on Sophia Pinamani on the initial low post entry pass. Speaking of low post entry passes, near baseline, Taylor Thompson looks for an open Rollins. Rollins mishandles the rock, and it trickles out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons, another inbound for the Blue Comets. It will be again Taylor Thompson with a braided ponytail dangling off her back. Scoop pass on the inbound, near side block to Boosie. Boosie does a shovel pass back outside to Taylor Thompson. With the rock, dribbling left-handed is Boosie. Boosie rotates the basketball to the left wing. Rollins looks low, left block, up and down goes Madison Thompson. And Madison Thompson, undersized 3/4. She does a great job, as mentioned before in our pregame, stretching the floor. The Blue Comets last time shooting 9 of 19 versus the Dragons. Right wing, Petty. She'll maneuver inside the right ring. She'll find Kidd, who was double downed on. Easy steal for the Blue Comets. Boosie. Boosie dribbles with her offhand, then crosses over right in front of her knees to her dominant hand. Spins in front of Casper. Casper's able to jar the ball loose. A turnover by the Blue Comets, first one tonight. Chest pass in transition to Petty. She goes with the Euro step, left, right, goes up with the right hand, foul, and one. Madden Petty, so good in open space. Casper read the transition offense very well, looked at the defense, noticed they were out of sorts and a bit lethargic, found Petty, who read the interior of the defense and just struck.
How many times have you said that? Petty to the right, Euro step, layup, and one.
3 points for Petty now. 3-2 is our score. Dragons up one at home during homecoming. Matlock trying to trail Babcock, attempting to shuffle in front of her before a bounce pass to Rollins is then rotated through the air to an open Boosie. Reeling inside, Rollins looks to go with a wraparound bounce pass to Thompson, a shoe shiner off of Thompson. It will be Purple Dragon basketball with 6:21 left in the first. Coach Krotz with his tiny polka-dotted white dress shirt with a red tie and a nice little fade haircut with his peppered facial hair. Casper catches far side wing, far side of the court, rotates it off a skip pass to the left wing to an open Sophia Pinamani, coming off a season-high 10 points against Parsons. Right corner Matlock looks for Kidd, and the Dragons are trying to spoon-feed Kidd in the post to try to soften up the interior. Chanute's done a great job blocking down. Petty comes away with an initial steal as it was a bad forced pass by Boosie to an open Madison Thompson. That openness was quickly closed up. Kidd, far side block, right over the shoulder turn, does not capitalize. Rebound this time by Madison Thompson. Thompson scans, and as she prospects, finds Taylor Thompson, who relocates it to Boosie. Straight up and down goes Madison Thompson, a deflection by Kidd. It will be Chanute basketball as Ella Hendrickson is getting into the action early for Kidd. A few substitutions for the Blue Comets as well, as Sabri Trout, number 12 for the Blue Comets, will make her way onto the floor, as will Jada Dangerfield. And an easy inbound from Trout to an open Molly Rollins, and Molly Rollins will sweep inside and score. 3-5 is the score. Dragons lead it, or rather, Dragons trail by 2. Left wing, Sophia Penamani. She'll look into the low post. Ella Hendrickson catches, goes over her right shoulder. One hop off the left side of the orange. Off the can, tracking it down was Boosie, and then Boosie stepped out of bounds. And Rollins's shot was actually a 3. 5-3 is the score. Dragons trail by 2. Inbounds, Casper, left side of the backboard. Looks for Ella Hendrickson about 2 feet away. Goes with the right-hand floater, unable to convert. Rebound by Taylor Thompson. She looks low for Boosie, who tries to go with a wraparound bounce pass to a cutting Trout, and it's stolen away. Casper shreds the defense in transition as she maneuvers, looks for Petty right wing, and it's rotated to the left wing to an open Sophia Penamani. Dart pass to the chest of Casper. She's trying to stave up with her right hand, using it as an armbar against Trout. Matlock, far side short corner ball, jarred out of her hand by Boosie. Coach Fox races his right hand, telling his girls to come in a little bit, and now Cassidy Odell will sub in, following a pretty good performance at the JV level. Logged a single half, so she'll have about a full game of action to give to Coach Krotz and company. Ella Hendrickson inbounds. Casper in the front court behind the arc. Her three-pointer straight away off the right side of the orange, tracked down by Odell, but she's out of bounds before she can gather it. Casper missing her opening 3. 5-3 is the score. A 2-point lead for the Blue Comets as Petty, Matlock, and Casper are all in the backcourt. Inbound to an open Babcock. Babcock with her black headband keeping out the hair from her face will look down low on the post to a curling Dangerfield. Dangerfield's shot is rejected by Hendrickson, and it was last touched by Dangerfield. It will be Purple Dragon basketball. And the Blue Comets will bring in Taylor Thompson once again as she went to the bench momentarily. Ashlyn Smoot will come in. She had 12 points last time these two teams sparred. Matlock goes with an awkward inbounds pass to Casper, who looks ahead for Petty. Petty has Rollins on her left hip, tries to find Hendrickson. Excellent read by Dangerfield, the freshman, getting in the passing lane about 5 feet away from the can. Left corner, Rollins, short corner 2. That one rattles home. Molly Rollins, an easy look. She has 5 right now and a 4-point edge for the Blue Comets on the road, seeking their 3rd win in the conference this season. The Dragons 3 consecutive victories entering tonight at a 7-9 mark on the year. Matlock, a one-arm rip pass to the left wing. Odell reels it in. Following the reel in, it's to Casper, then to Odell again. Skip pass over the head of the defense to Petty, right wing 3. She swishes that one home. And Madden Petty got all 3 of those. Perfect shot as Trout catches it in the front court. Works the ball to the right wing. Rollins about 2 steps away from the top of the arch. She'll jab step right after a triple threat. Goes left to the top of the arch. Looks for Trout right short corner. Picks up her dribble. Bounce past Dangerfield. Double teamed by Petty and Hendrickson. She'll work the baseline. Left corner to Rollins. Defended by Matlock. A hard runner that's deflected by Matlock and recovered by Hendrickson. Bounce pass to Casper in the backcourt. Casper wastes no time. Her team trailing by 1, 7-6. Petty goes with the head fake. Tries to deke out the defense before allowing the ball to trickle along the baseline to an open Cassidy Odell. She swacks in the trifecta. 9-7 is the score. 2 3-pointers for the Dragons early on, shooting a 66% clip with 2:50 remaining in the first. A bounce pass that is errant by Trout to a cutting Rollins, results in a Blue Comet turnover. New subs again as Rachel Jacket will come in for the Blue Comets. Trout goes to the bench with Rollins. So Taylor Thompson with Dangerfield, Boosie on the floor. In addition, it's Jacket and Smoot. Right wing, Petty has the ball knocked out of her hand, jousting for position on the floor. She was tangled momentarily with Thompson. She recovers, scoops the ball into the air. Casper reels it in. Far side elbow, far side into the court is Kidd. She'll look for Casper, who looks left short corner. Odell attacks. Excellent job by Dangerfield. Jada Dangerfield, the 5'8" forward, steps in front of Odell, takes a hard shot to the gut, and it's a charge. Cassidy Odell picks up her first foul, the team's second, each side with 2 team fouls. Under 2:50 remaining in the first quarter of play, it is 9-7. Dribbling, far side wing is Boosie. She'll scan, rolling towards the baseline from left to right was Smoot. Good read by Casper getting in the passing lane. Jacket at the point, interchanges with Taylor Thompson. She'll deliver a quick little cornhole scoop shovel pass over to Boosie. Boosie dribbles left-handed, finds an open Smoot who rotates it to Taylor Thompson, left corner. Jacket right wing 3 off the back iron, and Matlock will tag the rebound. Jacket missing her first trifecta of the contest. Matlock chest pass, head level, I beg your pardon, of Odell. She goes with another chest pass to an open Petty. Her right wing 3 does not fall through the bottom of the nylon. She's 50% from the floor. Skip pass, Taylor Thompson unable to reel it in, and Boosie wanted to push the envelope and force the issue, but instead the Blue Comets unable to handle the transition opportunity. They trail by 2, 9-7 with the $1:35 left in the first. Riley Johnson will check in for Odell. She has 1 foul. And I would say, Alvi, about the last 3 of the last 5 games, foul issues have been prevalent among the Dragons players. I can think back to Matlock having 3 or 4 fouls against Independence, and then Petty being in foul trouble as well, as Casper catches near side corner. Her 3 ricochets off the 10 and rolls out. Boosie with her second rebound of the contest. Left wing, skip pass by Babcock, and it's an offensive foul by the Blue Comets. It's on Boosie. That's the first on Boosie, and that is the team's third. 9-7 the score. Dragons only lead by a deuce. Casper already barking out orders in the backcourt. She's crossed the prime meridian. She interchanges with Petty. Wraparound bounce pass in front of Taylor Thompson. Tries to skip it for Casper, who was posted up 2 feet away from the orange. She's unable to reel it, and it goes out of bounds as it deflected off the hands of one of the Blue Comets' interior defenders. It will stay Purple Dragon basketball. Riley Johnson to inbound, right side of the backboard. As she looks, Petty goes and sequesters herself to the left corner. Casper, mid-range deuce good, and Casper has a penchant for knocking down those 12 to 15 footers, and they're sunk it with ease. 11-7 the score. 4-point lead for the Dragons. 50 ticks to go, and Petty commits a foul. She tried to reach behind Taylor Thompson, who was staving her off with her off arm, and Petty was just a bit overzealous. That is her first and the team's third. About as even of a contest as you could ask for on a Friday night in Southeast Kansas. Babcock looks low. Ball deflected in the air by Petty. Good defensive make-up play, if you will, by the freshman after her first foul of the contest. Inbound by Taylor Thompson. Stack set near the right block. Rolling to the corner as Rollins. Now she'll flash. Right wing defended by Johnson, who escorts and funnels Rollins back out further from the point. Boosie, turnaround, thought about going to the fadeaway. 30 seconds left in the first quarter, 11-7 the score. Dragons up 4. Taylor Thompson, tough pull-up, defended by 3 different Dragons, and Caitlin Kidd comes up with her second rebound of the night. Kidd looks on the break following a pass to Casper. Kidd will go to the far side block as Casper has the rock. She now finds Petty, right short corner. Casper will catch far side elbow. It's stolen away. Great read by Babcock, jumping in the passing lane. Taylor in transition with 7 seconds to go. Boosie, left wing 3, air ball. Johnson reels it in. She has 3 seconds, needs to get the ball out of her hand. Casper doesn't look up in time, and after 1 quarter of action, it is 11-7. We already have a fun homecoming matchup inside Pittsburg High School's main gymnasium. A 4-point deficit for Dustin Fox's Blue Comets. We'll be back with the beginning of the second quarter here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of zero-turn lawnmowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler Mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
The Dragons and Blue Comets at each other's throats as we begin the second quarter of play. 11-7, Pittsburgh High School during their homecoming leads by just 2 possessions. Avi Sharma, Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio as our fantastic board op. Cam Molina with you for this Friday night contest. The Dragons riding a 3-game win streak. Blue Comets dropping a decision on the road to Labette County after trailing only by 8 heading into the 4th quarter. And I say only by 8 because Labette County, perfect regular season thus far. They will be, as of now, the number 1 seed in Substate in Fort Scott. Chanute to be the 4th seed, projected as of now with a 3-12 record. Those 2 teams will clash in just a few weeks. Turnover by Babcock as she tried to go with a wraparound right-hand bounce pass. Casper read it in transition. It's Petty. She goes right into the chest
on the floor
of Rollins, but it is on the floor. Petty did finish the play. So that is a foul on Rollins. That's the team's 4th and her 1st. Inbound by Kidd, which is not normally seen. As she scans, she looks near side corner. Sophia Pitamani is able to grapple the basketball after the inbound pass was near her knees. Rotates it to the point. Casper then relocates it right wing to Petty. High pass near the forehead of Matlock as she's finally able to grapple it. Casper, tough turn away jump shot. It's deflected, popped up into the air, and recovered by Boosie. She went with a head fake in transition inside the right ring, working along the baseline as Rollins looks left block, an easy score for Dangerfield. So Dangerfield with 2 points in the contest, and the freshman defensively has made her name known, and now offensively she gets into the stat sheet. Right wing, Matlock bounce pass to Petty. Petty looks for a cutting Matlock to Kidd. Turnaround right shoulder throw up, and that one rolls off the rim, and as it saucers off, it's a rebound by Dangerfield, who last time out did not earn very many minutes for Coach Fox and the rest of his cohorts. Right corner 3 is up from Boosie. Matlock with the rebound following the miss. Boosie's 2nd miss of the night thus far. Casper dribbling with her right hand as she oscillates the ball to the hardwood. She finds Matlock to Sophia Pitamani. Left wing, works it over the head of the defending Rollins as the Blue Comets in a 2-3 zone currently. High post, Kidd looks for Matlock. Good cover up by Rollins. And Dangerfield defensively. Ball swatted up in the air by recovering Babcock. Purple Dragon basketball. And an inbound soon. Michaela Schoneferd checks in now for the Blue Comets. Sporting the number 55, which is bleach white on her powder blue uniform with dark blue lettering. Right corner, Matlock. Ball cocked above her head, finds Casper, and that was really odd because Casper, I don't know if she was ready for it or not, but Boosie was in front of her, and then Casper just went out with her right hand trying to bring it in and then swatted it away. It was like a cat playing with a toy. Babcock gallops in transition, defended by Casper. Dangerfield harassed by Petty, interchanging with Boosie. She goes with a wraparound left-hand bounce pass to Schoneferd, and Casper crashes into her. So after the collision, it's a foul on Kidd. I think Kidd made contact prior to Casper running in to Schoneferd. So Kidd goes to the bench with 1 foul. Both teams with 14 fouls, and it's a 2-point ball game. Dragons lead 11-9, 6 to go in the first half. Dangerfield left-hand hook shot popped up to the air, recovered by Sophia Pitamani. She's double-teamed, tries to step through, stolen away by Schoneferd. She looks deeper in the front court. Left wing, 3-pointer up. Babcock's 3 does not fall. Matlock grabs the rebound. And I think Sophia Pitamani lost her glasses, and she did. That's not the first time it's happened this season. I've been an advocate for the Amari Stoudemire, Horace Grant, Kurt Rambis goggles. I would love to see those. You're just nodding at me like, yeah, whatever. I'll just acknowledge you. I think those would be really cool.
I'm not a fan of the goggles. I'm a fan of the Batman mask.
Batman mask. Steal by Dangerfield. Bad pass by Odell. And Boosie has the ball jarred out from behind following the Odell turnover. She makes up for an offensive effort and knocks it away, but that still gives Chanute the offensive possession. Babcock's in the near side corner and inbound by Trout. Trout scans for Chanute, gets it to Babcock, right wing. She'll attack inside the right circle, and as she's inside the double circle, she goes to the high post, rips it back outside to an open Babcock. Or Boosie, right wing Trout, chest pass to Dangerfield. Dangerfield hesitant, and her ambivalence nearly results in a turnover. Ball jarred away by Odell, and it was last touched by Odell as Trout tried to reel it in. Dragons out rebounding the Blue Comets by 1 currently, 5-4, 11-9 to score. Purple Dragons up 2. Dangerfield lowers her shoulder, goes into Petty, held ball, and it will be the Dragons' possession. 5:08 left in the half. And a Blue Comet will sub in as I try to find a number. It is Madison Thompson. And Thompson thus far is 1-1 from the field, 2 points and a rebound. 5 left in the half, 2-point lead for the Dragons, 11-9. And Blue Comets now in a 3-2 zone. Casper catches, brings the ball above her head. The sphere now in the midst of Odell. Quick volleyball tip pass over to Hendrickson, who looks for Petty right wing. She'll attack short. Corner pull up 2 now, and a foul by the Dragons. I think Petty may have picked up her second.
Yep.
The personal foul is called on number 12.
So Petty with 2, the team 5th foul. Sophia Penamani will come in for Petty. And for Madden Petty, that may be the end of her first half, as we've had a very lethargic scoring endeavor in this second quarter. Only 2 points, and we're almost at the midway point of the second. Those 2 points scored by the Blue Comets and Dangerfield, as Matlock is able to get the ball to ricochet off of Boosie. It will be Purple Dragon Rock now. Casper races her left hand, makes the peace sign with her middle finger and index finger. Matlock catches at the point following a pass from Sophia Penamani. Odell looks for Casper, left corner 3, air ball. Casper and company struggling from behind the arc after starting 50% from behind the horseshoe. Madison Thompson loses her handle on the sphere. It's tracked down by Trout. Good pass by Babcock to Boosie. Excellent read by Casper, getting her hand in the breadbasket of Babcock and jarring it away. Matlock right block high off the glass and scores. Excellent look by Cassidy Odell, who attacked along the right baseline. And a timeout used by Coach Fox and the Blue Comets. 13-9 to score. And we finally have 4 combined points in this second quarter of play as we near the midway portion of this second period of action. 13-9, 4:07 left in the half. We are back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Let's go back live courtside.
13-9 Dragons during their homecoming festivities at home, lead by 4. Midway point in the second quarter as Taylor Thompson's worked with the rock. She'll go inside the right ring, picks up her dribble as Odell is harassing her, hounding her. Airtight defense, she rips it away, but then Taylor Thompson with a good defensive effort to jar the ball loose momentarily. A right shoulder over the head pass to Casper, right wing to Penamani, and then Matlock right block scores. And the Dragons' plan of attack has been to feed the low post and allow Matlock and Kidd to find their groove. And the groove hasn't truly been established, but 4 points for Matlock and a 6-point edge for the Dragons. Left corner head fake by Boosie. She'll spin away from Casper. Right hand hook shot, no. Odell with the loose ball rebound. Boosie has struggled a little bit tonight, 0 of 3 from the floor, 0 of 2 from deep. Sophia Penamani, near side wing, will rotate it to Casper. After the skip pass, she'll sell a head fake. Attacks, goes with the right hand floater short. Taylor Thompson with her first board of the night. She'll stop, looks for Boosie. She's the trailer. A weak bounce pass that trickles and takes a 2-hop motion to an open Thompson, who looks backdoor for Taylor Thompson, and Taylor Thompson scores following the assist from Madison Thompson. And Madison Thompson really had to excavate that ball that was near her knee. Sophia Penamani, bad read, poked up into the air by the defending Brianne Wardbrick. First time she's been on the floor. And then a right block. Ella Hendrickson gets her time to shine as she scores over her right shoulder. 2 points for Hendrickson. Left corner, Madison Thompson. And airmails the trifecta. Rebound by Casper. Fast-paced action here inside Pittsburg High School. Matlock is able to snag the ball midair, tries to go up right-handed, and it's a held ball. And possession arrow for the Blue Comets. And Coach Fox, I mean, we've seen a massive platoon swap more than once. And on the floor right now, it is Smoot with Thompson, Dangerfield, I think Rollins, yes, Rollins, as well as Babcock. Probably the third or fourth line change we've seen tonight. Dangerfield right block goes up right-handed. That one was just a little teardrop shot, but had a bad angle, did not fall through. She's 1 of 3 from the floor. Casper comes up with her second board of the night. She looks left wing. Odell will set herself. Trifecta up and well shy. It glances off the hands of Matlock, who cannot reel in the rebound, but Dangerfield does. That's 2 boards for her. Odell trying to catch up. Left short corner off the skip pass is Rollins. Bounce pass to Madison Thompson. Purloined by Abby Casper, the senior who crashed down inside of the key. Rollins defends Casper, going with a high arcing chest pass, the trajectory falling right into the breadbasket of an open Sophia Penamani. Ella Hendrickson cuts from the high post to the right block, the right hand floater, no. She's 1 of 3 from the floor. A rebound by Babcock. She'll dish a pass out to the left wing. Head fake sold by Madison Thompson. Dangerfield looks for Babcock right corner. Babcock converts the 3, but it's a foul on the floor prior. So Casper picks up her first, and the 6th foul committed by the Dragons, as this has been a frenetic-paced second quarter from both sides, but the Dragons have the advantage up 6, 17-11. Inbounds by Babcock. She has Dangerfield, as there were 4 fingers held up by the officials, barely able to get the ball in on the inbounds. Babcock squares away her 3-pointer straight away. Up, does not go down. Loose ball, Casper, and a timeout used by Coach Crotch with 1:10 left in the half. He and Keith Matlock, his assistant coach, wants to gather their girls and discuss the last minute 10 of action. And Avi, this has been a very slow offensive second quarter to say the least. But I think if you're looking at it from a different prism, it's 2 teams who are playing a standout defensive performance.
Well, so far, Cameron, every time it's a basket or attempted basket on inside the paint, no team has had a good opportunity. It's either been the struggles inside with a ball taken away from them or a shot that just will not fall. So it's the live or die by 3 game right now for both teams. That's the only way they're getting points.
Right now, score 17-11. Dragons lead by 6. Their 3-point shooting has been marginally better than Chanute. 2 of 6 from downtown compared to the 1 of 5 for Dustin Fox's girls. Purple Dragon inbounds. It's going to be a line set from the free throw line. It looks like the Blue Comets are going to run a little shallow 1-2-1. Boosie's going to swat the ball with her left hand, and it will be out of bounds. Purple Dragons will inbound. It will be a far side out in front of a sea of purple as multiple fans wearing their Pitt High School attire. Casper catches the ball in the backcourt, defended by Trout. Right wing, Sophia Penamani looks for an open Zoe Penamani. She goes up right-handed, takes 2 dancing bounces off the left side of the rim. Does not go. Ella Hendrickson with the offensive board. She cannot stick it back up. So Hendrickson now 1 of 3 from the floor. Boosie right wing. Trifecta, no. Ball loose. Hot potato drill. Rebounded by Taylor Thompson. Zoe Penamani able to purloin the basketball, following a bad pass by Taylor Thompson. Casper across the timeline with 34 seconds to go. Riley Johnson skip pass. Left wing, Sophia Penamani to Casper. She roams inside the right ring. Bad pass. Boosie read it and then hugs the sphere. Brings the ball to her chest and looks for Babcock. Left corner, Trout sets herself 3 off the left side of the iron. Hendrickson with the defensive rebound. She now has 2 rebounds on the night. Casper skip pass. Sophia Penamani slashes to the lane and is fouled on her way to the basket. And it's on Taylor Thompson. First on Taylor Thompson, the team's 5th, with 12.2 seconds left in the half, and the Dragons an opportunity to extend what is a 6-point lead. Sophia Penamani's free throw does not fall as it's to the left of the orange. Ella Hendrickson subs out. She's earned her minutes, Avi, as she's played really well at the JV level and then at the varsity level, scoring her season-high 8 points against Parsons. Here's Sophia Penamani. She sets chin level well off to the left, not even in the same area code. Following a really good performance against Parsons, you expect her to kind of come out and convert those easy free throws. Babcock will let the ball roll to midcourt, picks it up, 10 seconds to work with, interchange it with Rollins. Rollins defended by Johnson, bounce pass Boosie, right wing, defended by Zoe Penamani. Wrap around pass the left corner, Rollins loses it. 3 seconds left in the first half. Ample time for the Dragons to hoist one up. Chanute not in position with their full court press. Petty comes in. Petty will sub in for no one yet. Riley Johnson finally comes out, and the Dragons are going to try to spoon feed Petty here and try to get the full court heap. Casper catches it. Petty at midcourt steps through, and she traveled, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt about that. Now, and that's the end of the half. So there we go. That's the confirmation we were looking for at intermission. 17-11. Purple Dragons during their homecoming bout lead by 6. We will step aside for 2 minutes, and we will be joined by a special guest from Pittsburg High School, Jeff Staley, the athletic director. Stay tuned for all that fun action as we also look over the first half statistics and insight into the second half of action. We will step aside for 2 minutes and bring you back more action from your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong.
At Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
Anna Mary, welcome back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. It is a dazzling flag-waving display inside of Pittsburg High School as homecoming is in full swing, and no better person to discuss homecoming with than Jeff Staley, the athletic director of Pittsburg High Schools. First of all, sir, thanks for joining us. I know we've talked a lot off and on in between games, but we finally were able to convince you to come on. Just talk about your first year as athletic director for the Dragons.
Oh, my gosh. First of all, it took a lot of arm twisting, didn't it, to get me on here. Oh, my gosh. First year, it's hard to put into words. It's been a roller coaster ride, but I love roller coasters. It's been thrilling. Love it here. The kids have been phenomenal. Never been anywhere where kids work harder than our Dragons do. And both in fall, winter sports. I can't wait for spring. Community's been great. They've embraced me and my family, and we really do feel like we're becoming a part of the community.
Well, that's what I want to touch on, the community. Can you talk about the environment not only at Pittsburg High School, but the Pittsburg area itself, and how it's been so gracious to you? And in addition, you know, all the kids, you mentioned how awesome they are. Just touch on what it's been like.
Yeah, from the very first month we got here and going around and meeting people, they were just, I don't know how else to put it other than they had their arms out, anything we needed. And allowing me to do my job and to make mistakes, which I'm going to make. And not all communities are that way. I'm very kid-oriented, and I think a lot of people recognize that early on, and that was helpful. And they've helped me through, okay, Pittsburgh does things this way, and I'm still learning, and they understand that. And so the kids, though, to answer your question about the kids, good Lord, from day one, they've accepted, you know, who I am and what I do, and again, they represent this community, and I know this community is proud of them, and they should be, because in every sport they do things the right way, and they do them together, and they do them with pride. And so I'm just happy to be a small part of that.
Well, Coach, first year for Chris Krotz. What did I say?
You said call him coach.
I called him coach. That's all right. Well, I mean, he is like a coach. He kind of conducts.
20 years I coached.
Well, I'll say. I'm used to saying coach, but Mr. Staley, talk about Coach Krotz. You know, his first year here as well. That hiring decision, the process there, coming over from Baxter Springs, and how you feel his impact has been towards this girls' program.
Oh, first of all, first hire I had, as soon as I got my job, they said, by the way, you need to hire a new girls basketball coach. I was like, okay, no problem. But it was late in the season, late in the spring, early summer even. We didn't have very many teaching positions open, so I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I had some anxiety about the quality of candidates that we were going to have. And then in walks Chris Krotz with head coaching experience, and I'd heard some positive things, great math teacher. And the minute we met in the interview, the committee, I could tell he fit my philosophy and what I want from my head coaches and how kids are treated. And so I've been very pleased. I think you guys have witnessed the improvement in our girls from the beginning of the season to now.
Yeah.
It's very noticeable. And so he deserves a lot. He and his staff deserve a lot of credit for that. Chris has done a great job.
Well, Coach, I keep saying, Mr. Staley, you look in front of you and see just this sea of purple right now, and just all
awesome?
these fans here for homecoming. Just talk about how that's been on a nightly basis when there's a home game, having everybody, friends, family, community members show up.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is why, one of the reasons we have high school athletics.
One of the many reasons, we're about the 4-minute mark left before the beginning of the third quarter. And score is 17-11 as Mr. Staley has a few obligatory issues to take care of right now. So under 4 to go, 17-11 is the score. The Purple Dragons girls basketball team leads it by 6. Special thanks to Mr. Jeff Staley, athletic director of Pittsburg High School. And I guess he had duty calls.
Well, it looks like that's a first and the last time for interviews with him, because obviously something goes wrong if he's with us. So
yeah. I don't think the boys basketball is round. That was the biggest thing. Coach Kylie Rolls of the boys basketball team came over and said, "Hey, I hate to pull you away from your interview, but can we do this and get this over with?" But 3:19 left before the beginning of the second half of action. Let's go over the first half stats quickly as the Dragons lead by 6, 17-11. 4 points for Caden Matlock, including 3 rebounds. 2 rebounds for Caitlin Kidd. Sophia Penamani has registered 2 points. 3 points from Cassidy Odell on a rebound. 2 rebounds by Abby Casper. 2 points for Ella Hendrickson and 2 rebounds, 1 offensive. And Madden Petty, 6 points on 1 of 2 shooting from behind the arc, 1 of 3 from the floor, 2 of 5 overall, and 1 of 1 for the free throw line. As for Dustin Fox's Chanute Blue Comets, right in the mix, only down 6. 2 points for Taylor Thompson midway through the second quarter, including 2 rebounds. Corey Babcock a rebound. Tori Boosie with 2 rebounds as she shot 0 of 4 from the floor in that first half of action, including 0 of 3 from deep. 2 points scored by Madison Thompson. She had 21 last time these two teams clashed. 5 points for Molly Rollins. She leads all Blue Comet scores. And Dangerfield, Jada Dangerfield, with 2 points and 2 rebounds. Right now, the Dragons winning in the rebound department by 2. Not a lot of offensive rebounds, but enough to at least give them a chance at second chance points. But Avi, leaving those second opportunities on the table, the Dragons have to convert more of those in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely, Cameron. It's a crazy first half so far. We talked about the inside game where it's not working for either team. I saw it when Caitlin Kidd came onto the bench. She was frustrated with herself. She said, "I can't catch the ball," because she's getting fits and having problems on the inside. So both teams are doing a good job keeping it inside. But I got to say, you got to keep running that offense because it's going to work sooner or later. Both teams are struggling at the end of the first half there. They could not hit threes. And so just keep that offense moving, get inside, and if you do get that second chance opportunity, either go right back up with it, get on the foul line, go shoot some free throws, or look for the person to kick it out to start the offense all over again.
What a massive contrast between the last time these two teams met and today. The Blue Comets not applying as much pressure with their full court press we saw towards the end of the second quarter, but it was just minimal. And with that, we will take take a 60-second commercial break as Mr. Staley's over here. He's like, I'm so and with that, we'll take a 60-second break and come back with the third quarter of action. 17-11, Dragons lead it by 6. We're back in 60 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
If you are injured in an accident or on the job, it is vitally important that you hire the right attorney. Before choosing an attorney, you should make sure they have the resources to fight large corporations or insurance companies. Your attorney should have extensive trial court experience and a track record of success. The Spigarelli Law Firm, with offices in Pittsburg and Coffeyville, has the experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
And Mary, welcome back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you. Let's start the third quarter of play. 17-11 the score. Dragons up 6 at home in front of a massive homecoming crowd that continues to swell. And I think we'll reach capacity once the boys' game begins as Petty off the inbound from the far sideline turns it over. Good read by Boosie for the Blue Comets. She had a really good performance the last time these two teams met, ripping through right to left as Rollins. She'll ask for a high ball screen before interchanging with Boosie. Taylor Thompson has the rock at the point, defended by Madden Petty. Petty ushers her backwards, funneling her further to the right wing. Sophia Pedamani strips the basketball in transition, goes up left hand and her offhand, and she's fouled on her way to the rack by Rollins. Rollins with her second personal foul, team's first foul of this second half of action. 17-11 the score. Dragons lead by 6 with under 7:30 remaining in the third. Sophia Pedamani, her first free throw is high and off the back iron as Trout will come in for Taylor. So the Blue Comets bring in Trout, who struggled a bit in that first half as well. Second free throw for Sophia Pedamani, no. She's now 0 of 4 from the charity stripe. Skip pass by Rollins, left wing. Babcock will lower her head and surge forward from the left ring to the left block, and she travels. And it was good help defense by Matlock. Casper was on her backside, and Babcock tried to swivel out of the double team and walked with it. Full court press by the Blue Comets. Man-to-man press with the trap against Petty in the backcourt. And it looks like a little 1-2-1 as Casper catches in the backcourt following the feed from Kidd. And you can just tell the massive change in confidence and composure when it comes to the press from the Dragons from December till now. Petty, right short corner 2, following the pass from Casper Falls. Petty inside the horseshoe, now 50% on the night. She is 3 of 6. Attacking left wing, interchanging is Boosie with Rollins. Bounce pass right wing. Trout stepped in front of it, but it was intended for Babcock. She will attack inside the horseshoe, kicks it out, left corner 3 by Rollins. Off the left side of the orange, it glances off, tracked down by Petty, who goes with the right arm sling pass to Casper. Casper slows down the transition offense, facing the 3-2 zone, and Coach Fox, cerebral enough to realize that the Dragons' strongest ability is to run the transition offense effectively and find those open crevices to attack, so the zone slowing this team down. A turnover. Matlock was unable to reel the basketball in. Trout stretches out, runs the court well. Rollins goes left short corner. Ball's deflected. Petty has it. A little bit of a clear path. Babcock jars the ball loose. Petty tries to track it down. She gets to the near side corner. Looks, high post. Kidd steps into a 2. Fouled, and she'll go to the free throw line. The 14-foot jump shot was contested, and she was nicked on the arm on her way up. A foul committed by Trout. So Savory Trout picks up her first and the team's second foul of this third quarter. 19-11 the score. Dragons lead by 8. Their largest lead of the night with 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter of action. We will step aside for 30 seconds and bring you back more action from Pittsburg High School here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
Let's go back live courtside.
The Dragons' largest lead of the night at 8 right now, and it has been very minimal scoring. Offense has been scarce, 19-11 the score. We have currently a combined whopping 30 points. 2 minutes into the third quarter of play as Coach Krotz cops up along and then adjusts his belt and his navy blue dress pants as the Blue Comets will make their way back out onto the floor following a timeout used by Dustin Fox and his Blue Comet cohorts. And Kidd will go to the free throw line. She was fouled by Trout off of a 14-foot jump shot. Kidd will bring her right elbow to her right knee, springs up her first free throw, saucers out. The Dragons not faring well from the stripe as of now. They are 1 of 6. Kidd will have a backup opportunity, though. She brings the ball chin level, free throw short. She goes 0 of 2. The Dragons 1 of 7 on the night. Babcock, left wing transition 3. Short, takes a helpful Chanute hop, but it's rebounded by Jada Dangerfield. She goes up right-handed, and she is fouled by Kidd. Jada Dangerfield has been quite active off the glass tonight. She has 3 rebounds, 1 offensive, and 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting, and has a chance to earn her 3rd and 4th points of the night. First free throws of the contest for the Blue Comets, as Dangerfield's first free throw is to the right of the cylinder, and it bounces off. Dangerfield, her follow-up opportunity, that one sinks through. 19-12 is the score. Dragons lead it by 7. Chest pass, bad read by Matlock. Luckily enough, it wasn't a steal by Rollins, who jumped in front of the passing lane. Casper receives the basketball in the front court, awaiting a double team from Rollins and Trout. Left corner, Sophia Pinamani has Matlock wide open, and she blows what was potentially an and-one opportunity. Instead, she'll go to the free throw line shooting 2 as she was fouled. Really, no one was near her vicinity on the right block, and it's a foul committed by Babcock. It is her first and the team's 3rd. Matlock trying to end the cold streak from the line as the Dragons have missed their last 4, and the first free throw goes for Matlock. She'll have a second one awaiting her here in just a second. Schonifer will check in for the Blue Comets. Second shot, short. Matlock goes 1 of 2. Sophia Pinamani, offensive rebound, goes up right-handed and capitalizes. Sophia Pinamani, from day 1 to today, her level of assertiveness and aggressiveness has increased exponentially. Right elbow, Dangerfield will wheel around to the right ring, looks for Schonifer, stolen away by Sophia Pinamani, who opts to give the basketball to Casper. Casper scans along the floor, a 10-point lead for the Dragons, attacking short corner. Petty tries to dance along the baseline, loses it, grappled by Sophia Pinamani, but a travel by Petty, and Petty thought she was fouled as she turns around and has a few choice words to say. I don't know what she mumbled under her breath, but she wasn't pleased. With 5 minutes left in the third, it's a 10-point lead for the Dragons, their largest of the night. Right wing, Rollins, jab steps to the left, attacks right, thought about going up with the right hand, instead has Dangerfield near side block. Left wing, Boosie's 3, back iron, no. Schonifer tied up with Kidd, but Kidd rips it away. Third rebound for Kidd. Casper crosses over in front of herself. Right to left to Petty. Right corner, her 3. Her feet were never set. Well off target. Dangerfield, 4 rebounds now as Petty drops to 33% from behind the arc. 1 of 3. And a good read by Pinamani. She stuck her hands up vertically. Tipped the ball into the air as Rollins was a bit too quick and swift to make a decision to push the ball in transition. Ashlyn Smoot comes in now for Schonifer. Avi, and I know we've been doing a lot of comparing and contrasting throughout this game, but last game, 142 combined points. We are just past 40 right now, 44 combined points. But in transition, Petty steals it away, finds an open Casper, flanking her to her left, bounce pass and a finish from the senior. Abby Casper with her first field goal of the night, 24-12 the score. All Dragons in this third quarter as Dangerfield comes up with a loose ball, goes straight up and is fouled by Sophia Pinamani. The Dragons have outscored the Blue Comets, and it's not by much in this third, but it's enough to give the Dragons a 12-point lead, 7-1. Dangerfield rewrites that script with an excellent free throw that swishes through. It was so nice, the net popped up and waved to Dangerfield. And a timeout used by Coach Krotz. Dangerfield knocks down her first free throw. She has 4 points, 4 rebounds, and is second on the Blue Comets in scoring. She leads all Blue Comets in rebounds, but on the glass, the Dragons still lead by 2, 12-10 on the scoreboard by 11, 24-13. We will keep it here inside of Pittsburg High School. A quick reset. If you are just joining us on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, Avi Sharma, Shelby White back in our ESPN 100.7 studios. Cam Molina with you. Make sure to check out our live stream at ESPN100.7.com to view your favorite Dragons and Blue Comets tonight. And back to the free throw line goes Dangerfield. Jada Dangerfield again, just a freshman. She's been extremely impressive against the 5'10 kid and the 5'10 Matlock. Has been extremely aggressive down low. Dangerfield goes 1 of 2. Kidd with the rebound. That is her 4th. She has 2 double-doubles on the year, but has not eclipsed double-digit points in over 3 weeks. Petty skip pass over the head of Boosie to Casper. Left wing, Sophia Pitamani 3. That one swirls around the rim and then drops through the bottom of the nylon. Sophia Pitamani, a much more confident scorer, and that swagger that she is carrying over from the Parsons game where she scored a season-high 10 points, has also transitioned into tonight where she has 7 petty fouls as she was well over-aggressive defending Boosie on the right wing, and that is 3 fouls on Petty, and she leads all Dragon scorers and all game scorers with 8. Now she'll have to take a seat. 3:46 left in the third. It's 27-13. Dragons up 14. Babcock catches it 2 steps in front of the midcourt line. Skip pass, left corner, setting her feet as Rollins. She'll lead the 3-pointer short. Jada Dangerfield tangled up with Kidd. Held ball. Will stay with the Blue Comets. No luck from behind the arc for this Blue Comets team. 1 of 7 from deep compared to the 3 of 8 for the Dragons. That's a 6-point swing. Not really the difference right now, but it would really benefit this Blue Comet team. A foul on Kidd as she held on to Dangerfield, who was cutting to the rack. Kidd earns her 2nd foul, and the 4th team foul committed by the Dragons. And a correction, that is 3 fouls on Kidd. Zoe Pitamani will come in. Inbound from Smoot. Smoot scans, finds Boosie. She leaves the lane short. The bunny following the first miss is no good. Left wing 3. That one swishes through from Rollins. So 3rd time's a charm for Chanute following the first 2 misses by Boosie. She drops to 0 of 6 from the floor tonight, but a big rebound to give Rollins an opportunity to score. And on the opposite end, an easy lay-in by Abby Casper. She's now 2 of 2 from the floor. 29-16 the score. Dragons lead it by 13. Boosie will dash to the left block and is fouled on her way up. Matlock will pick up her first and her team's 5th. So if there's anything going in the way of Chanute right now, it's the fact that the bonus is right around the bend. The Dragons only 1 more foul to give. Free throw number 1, no. On your dial, the Blue Comets going from right to left offensively. The Dragons left to right. Trout set to check in for the Blue Comets. Free throw by Boosie. My goodness, it has been a tough endeavor for her. Jada Dangerfield is able to invoke Matlock to crash the glass with her, and it was last touched by Matlock, so the ball will be inbounded by Chanute. Catching it is Babcock. She gets to the left circle, reverses it back outside to an open Rollins. Chest pass by Boosie to Babcock. Left wing looks low for Dangerfield. Right wing is Rollins. She'll jab step twice. Defended by Zoe Pitamani. Help defense by Matlock. At the point of attack, it's Boosie, and a foul on the floor committed by Odell. That is 16 fouls committed by the Dragons. But going back to Tori Boosie, no points on the night, 3 rebounds. On 0 of 6 shooting from the floor, 0 of 2 from the free throw line. Smoot inbounds, left corner, Boosie can't handle it, it goes away towards some Purple Dragons fans. 2:44 left in the third. A 13-point lead for the Dragons as Taylor Thompson and Trout comes in. Come in, I beg your pardon, for Rollins and Smoot. Matlock to inbound, facing a full-court press. The 1-2-1. Odell catches midcourt, has Boussy on her left hit, tries to thread a pass to Kidd. Good read by Dangerfield to step up and knock the ball away. And a correction, Odell did not try to find Kidd. She tried to find Zoe Pinamani. Sophia Pinamani, the sister of Zoe Pinamani, twin sister in fact, to inbound. Has Casper in the front court, 3 steps away from the top of the arch. Right elbow extended to Zoe Pinamani, who works it around to Odell. Then Casper, tough pull-up two that glances off the back iron, takes a high twirling hop in the air, and the 17th foul committed by the Dragons. And it's on Matlock, her second. The Dragons fairly undisciplined in this third quarter of play, en route to now a 1-and-1 opportunity for Boussy, who is 0-2 from the stripe. Sooner or later, it's going to roll in the favor of the Blue Comets. Riley Johnson comes in for Sophia Pinamani with under 2:30 left in the third, and a 13-point lead for the Dragons, 29-16 to score. Dragons have put up 12 points in this third compared to the 5 of the Blue Comets. Boussy 0-3 from the free throw line, and what has been a cold spell for her. Riley Johnson, right wing, looks high post. Zoe Pinamani steps into the 2, swishes it. Zoe Pinamani cans in the 13-footer. Babcock thought about deking out Casper. Instead, saw Dangerfield curling to the right block, rotates it, left wing to an open Trout, then to Boussy, straightaway 3 goes. And Boussy knocks down her first field goal of the night. She has 3 points. In the backcourt, Zoe Pinamani looks ahead, skips it to Odell. Great read by Boussy. Hot potato drill as Taylor Thompson, Dangerfield, and Trout cannot get a grip on the sphere. Boussy attacks, takes a hop step through the lane, and a foul on the floor. 18th foul committed by the Dragons. And Keith Matlock, assistant coach for the Dragons, shouts, barks angrily, take a charge to the rest of his girls, who he feels are playing soft right now. 3 fouls on Matlock, 3 fouls on Kidd, 2 on Cassidy Odell, and 3 on Madden Petty. Disastrous as of now. Free throw number 1 goes for Boussy.
In the game for Chanute, number 32, Molly Rowland.
Boussy will have her second shot here in a moment. 31-20 is the score as Babcock subs out. Coming in as I try to scan is Rollins. So 1 of 2 goes Boussy. She's now 1 of 5 from the free throw line. 31-20 is the score. Right wing 3, short for Johnson. Tough rebound by Rollins. She looks ahead. A rather rebound by Dangerfield to Rollins, and Rollins will score through contact, and we are within 10.
Basket good by number 32, Molly Rowland. Rollins will be at the line, shooting 1 shot.
Dangerfield has made a massive impact tonight with 4 points and 5 rebounds, and Rollins is able to score. She's 2 of 2 from inside the horseshoe. She has 10 points to lead all scorers tonight, and she has 1 more free throw awaiting her too. It's off the back iron, tracked down by Casper. She has 3 boards to her name. Following the vice grip hold on the sphere, it's Casper who crosses the timeline. Right wing to Petty. She jab steps right. Launches a pass to the left wing where Casper's at. Petty catches right wing, rotated back to the top of the key. 31-22 is your score. Dragons lead it by 9. Another turnover, this time by Odell. In transition, Rollins goes up right-handed. She lost it, saves it. Throws the pass behind her back to Trout. Trout will find Rollins in a timeout used by Coach Fox with 53 ticks left in the third. 31-22 to score. With that, Dragons lead by 9. We will step aside for 30 seconds and bring you back more action from your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Let's go back live courtside.
31-22 is the score right now. We've had a staggering third quarter of offensive production, if you will, at halftime. It was 17-11. The Dragons have posted 14 third quarter points, and as for the Blue Comets, 11 third quarter points. With 45 seconds to go, the Dragons lead by 9 in the third. Right ring with the sphere, bounce pass by Babcock to the top of the arch, where Smoot is at. Trout works with the rock, looks, left block, going straight up is Madison Thompson. She can't convert. Loose ball. Petty gets tangled up with Smoot. Held ball, and it will be Purple Dragons rock. Inbound by Matlock, and the 1-2-1 press trap in the back corner of the back court. And Petty will get the pass. Rollins fouls.
Number 32, Molly Rollins. That'll be her third personal foul, the fourth female on Chanute.
3 fouls on Rollins. 14 foul committed by the Blue Comets, excuse me. Rollins goes to the bench. Taylor Thompson comes in. Matlock to inbound. She'll just go with a one-hopper. That was pretty apathetic to an open Casper. Petty skip pass over the head of Trout to Odell. High post. Casper looks left block. Matlock, a smooth 2-footer goes. Matlock 3 of 3 from about 5 feet away tonight. 33-22 the score. Dragons up double digits once again. Babcock, 8 seconds to go, needs to go to work, defended by Casper. Left wing, head fake, sold by Trout. Back to Babcock, 2 seconds of work with Casper. Excellent defense, high post turnaround, a block by Odell. After 3 quarters of action, it is 33-22, and this is a similar story to the last time these two teams clashed in December. It was a double-digit advantage for the Dragons before the Blue Comets turned it on in the fourth. We'll see if Coach Fox's girls can come out with that same intensity in the final quarter of play. We will bring you that fourth quarter of action in 30 seconds here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB. Member FDIC.
Let's go back live courtside.
And we do exactly that. We welcome you back courtside inside Pittsburg High School's main gymnasium, whether you are joining us on the dial or on our web stream at ESPN100.7.com alongside Avi Sharma. Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you. An 11-point advantage for the Dragons. They held up to a 15-point lead in that third quarter of play, but the Blue Comets able to inch their way back into this ball game. And in the fourth, they are trying to replicate what they did last time these two teams met in December, outscoring the Dragons by 11 in the fourth quarter, and a perfect way to start it off. High-low action, and Rollins will attack the short corner and score with the right hand. Full court press by the Blue Comets. Petty looks weak side for a cutting Odell. Odell tripped up from behind by Boosie. She lost her footing, trying to toss up a Hail Mary, and it's stolen away. Boosie finds Madison Thompson. Matlock, following an aired-out pass, knocks it away. And Petty looks towards the official and asks, why was that not a foul? And Odell spiraled midair, and she kind of did this twist as she hung through the air. Right corner, Rollins with the rock. She'll holster it to her right hip. Scoops a pass over to the chest of Trout. Left corner, head fake by Thompson as she looks for Rollins. Good steal by Odell, but the ball touched out of bounds. It will be a near sideline inbounds in front of the purple scores table for Trout as Odell comes out. And in comes Sophia Pinamani, who has 7 points for the Dragons. 33-22 is the score. The Dragons lead it right now. Right wing, Boosie dribbling with her off left hand, looks for the wraparound post entry feed to a posted up Thompson. She lost it. It goes out of bounds. Trickles into the base, in towards the baseline as Matlock is to inbound from the far baseline. Sophia Pinamani looks for Casper in the backcourt. She picks up her dribble right back to Matlock. who is trailing behind her. Bounce pass to Petty. She looks very composed faction, and a poised Dragons break down the Chanute full court press, and Kidd catches a right block, fight through contact in front of Madison Thompson, is fouled and one. That's Kidd's first field goal of the night, first points of the game as well, 2 points, 4 rebounds, and Thompson earns her second foul and the team's fifth. Dragons with 9 team fouls, and Kidd with a chance to extend it to a 12-point contest here. Off the back iron, takes a leap off the top of the backboard. It does not fall through. The Dragons struggling from the stripe, 2 of 10. Chanute 1 of 6. Neither team has executed well from the bar. Petty swats the basketball away. She nearly runs to the backside official. Babcock's there. Last touch by Petty. It will be Chanute Blue Comet basketball. Blue Comets get into the front court. Working with the rock is Kylie Smoot, who looks baseline for a cutting Boosie, and it's knocked away by Matlock. 6:45 left in the contest, an 11-point lead for the Dragons, 35-24. Trout to inbound. She finds Boosie near side block. Works. Ball on her left hand. Stolen away by Casper after an errant bounce pass. And the attempt was to Babcock in the corner. Casper, tough pull-up jump shot. No. Petty offensive rebound. Spins through traffic. And she travels. Wow. I thought it would have at least been on the floor. And Coach Crotch just nodding his head saying no. That's a terrible call to the official who was trying to explain the opposing referee's decision, and Coach Crotch just said, no, go away. In the front court with the rock, to high post goes Boosie, and a turnover as Trout was unable to execute the basketball off the hardwood, and it was a shallow bounce pass by Boosie. There was no chance for Trout to regain that basketball. Casper loses the basketball in the backcourt, recovers. She's defended by Trout. Casper needs to go, and she is fouled. And a hard foul by Trout as she lowered her shoulder into the senior guard for the Dragons. 16 fouls for the Blue Comets, an 11-point game. Dragons lead at home during homecoming with 6:13 left in the contest. Babcock will sub out. No, Babcock will stay in. Boosie will come out as Rollins will enter the contest. Casper catches the ball into the backcourt. Exchanges the globe with Petty on the left wing. Far side wing is Sophia Pinamani. Right back to Petty. Left elbow is Casper, and she'll work back outside of the perimeter. High post. Kidd. She looks low. Takes a hard dribble. Looks for Matlock. Tip it to the air. Loose ball. Petty left wing 3. She leaves it short. Kidd fights for the offensive rebound, and a foul committed by Kidd. It was a loose ball foul. Kidd with 4 fouls now. 10th team foul committed by the Dragons. And 2 shots for the Blue Comets. Kidd set to sub out Hendrickson to come in. 35-24 is the score. Dragons lead it by 11 with 5:51 left in the contest. With Jada Dangerfield to the line, 4 points, 5 rebounds. And Coach Crotch still irked at the call by the official who was looking along the baseline. He said, my girl has to be able to generate some form of contact as she was being boxed out as Dangerfield's first free throw goes. For second, short. Ella Hendrickson with the rebound. Hendrickson 3 boards in the contest. Dragons +4 in the rebounding column. Petty pull up, right short corner 2. It will dance off the left side of the orange, and it's rebounded by Boosie. Boosie's 4th rebound of the night. Right block, power dribble, Dangerfield, air ball. Sophia Pinamani comes up with it and scoops it backwards to Casper, and a timeout used by Coach Crotch. The 10-point ball game combined. We have 60 points on the scoreboard, 35 for the Dragons, 25 for the Blue Comets. Last time these two teams met, try 142 combined points. Although it's not as fun of an offensive contest, the defense has definitely lived up to the hype. We are back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work. Like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
Both teams struggling to score. The Dragons, if there was a stat that exemplified that notion, 2 of 10 from the free throw line and 3 of 9 shooting from deep. The three-point percentage is not a terrible number. That's also reflected on the Blue Comets front, and they are shooting 33% from the line as well. 4 of 12 from the stripe. Combined, both teams have shot 6 of 22 from the free throw line. Dragons up 10, 35-25 with 5:20 left in the fourth, and a foul committed by Taylor. 17th foul committed by the Blue Comets. Coach Fox not impressed with Taylor, who just picked up her second as well. And that puts Abby Casper at the free throw line with 5:20 left in the ball game. As Madison Thompson comes in, Coach Fox gives Taylor a high five. And Casper to the stripe. Casper, her feet sideways, pointing left, just a bit juxtaposed, and angled. Her free throw good as she started from the waist level and sprang up. Casper with her second free throw of the night. She has 5 points currently. Can be 6 here. Flicks the wrist hard. No. She's 1 of 2 from the line. 5 points, 3 rebounds. 36-25. Dragons up 11. Crossover right to left by Babcock. She goes with a two-hand shovel pass backwards to Rollins, who finds Madison Thompson. Darts a pass left corner. Babcock's 3. Air ball. Tracked down by Petty for her 3rd rebound of the night. Casper jogs past the timeline. Looks to her right. Petty catches no one in her grill. And Chanute has run zone most of the night, and now they've switched to a man-to-man. Babcock defending Casper. Casper needs to get it out of her hand before the 5-second call. Casper looks backside. Sophia Penamani steps through. Ball jarred loose by Boosie. Good recovery by Boosie, who is working in that right block and then slid over on the help defense and knocked it out of the hands of the sophomore forward. Madison Thompson comes out. Taylor comes in. 36-25 the score. 4:45 left in the fourth. Abby Casper scans, finds Ella Hendrickson 2 feet inside, or rather 2 feet in front of the free throw line. Abby Casper goes with a two-handed pass to Sophia Penamani. She'll attack after one dribble to the right short corner. Catching is Matlock. Far side elbow, finds Casper, who works to the top of the arc. She gets Babcock to drop onto the floor. Sit down, be humble, as Kendrick Lamar says, and Petty is fouled on the floor. 18 foul committed by Chanute. 3rd foul on Taylor, and the Dragons have done a superb job of rotating the basketball around and not settling for contested jump shots. Therefore, they are rewarded with Petty going to the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Her first free throw takes a hop off the lip of the iron, no, and Coach Krotz and company irate on the bench as no one can buy a basket. And then it was a foul committed by Ella Hendrickson off the rebound. That is the 12th team foul committed by the Dragons. First on Hendrickson, and to the free throw line goes Boosie, shooting 2 free throws. Chanute can really dig their way back into this contest and erode up the lead if they're able to knock down their free throws. They are now 5 of 13 after the first made shot from Boosie. She is shooting her 6th and 7th attempts of the night. Currently 2 of 6, can go 3 of 7 here, and she does. Swishes it home. Taylor Thompson comes in, and Rollins subs out. And Coach Fox has had no problem wheeling and dealing with about 10 deep tonight. Matlock bounce pass into the backcourt. Casper waits the 1-2-1. Bounce pass to Matlock, who works it around to Petty. She's able to snake away from the defending Boosie. Petty goes right to the rack, and a blocking foul by Dangerfield. The 19th foul committed by the Blue Comets. Petty, who is 1 of 2 from the stripe in the contest, will have a chance to avenge her previous miss. So Dangerfield has 2 fouls, and Rollins comes in for Taylor Thompson. Petty in the contest, 8 points, 3 rebounds. She leads all Purple Dragon scorers. Molly Rollins leads all Chanute scorers with 12. Petty takes 2 dribbles, 3 dribbles, 4 dribbles with her right hand, and the free throw off the back iron, and the Dragons nor the Blue Comets can buy a bucket tonight. Across the timeline, working with the rock as Babcock pulls up difficult 8-foot jump shot. That one goes. Beautiful move by Babcock on the hesitation. Forced the defense to collapse and then took one more hard dribble to her left and scored. Casper in transition, right-handed, unopposed. Great Matador defense by Chanute. Casper now 3 of 4 from inside of the horseshoe, and a foul on the floor committed by the Dragons. Petty. No, actually she stepped out of bounds. It was Babcock working the baseline. I just saw an official point to Petty. Left corner wide open to Rollins. Quickly sets her feet short. Matlock, 4 rebounds on the night now. Casper crosses the timeline. And Coach Krotz asked for a... I don't think Coach Krotz asked for a timeout. Coach Krotz talking with the official, saying he never wanted a timeout. And now there's a discussion between the backside official and the sideline official. And Coach Krotz will receive his timeout back, and the officials will go back to the scorebook and change it. And Coach Krotz is now explaining himself to the officials, saying, I was just talking with my girls. There must have been something Coach Krotz said that led the official to believe that there was a stoppage in play. But 38-29 the score. Dragons up 9. 3:30 left in the fourth. Casper in and out move. Has Sophia Penamani, but it's stolen away by Babcock following the deflection by Dangerfield on the right wing. Head fake by Trout. She'll attack short corner. Goes to the chest of Hendrickson and a travel. An easy call as Trout ricocheted off the body of Hendrickson. That's the best way and the most accurate way I can describe it, and then spun in the air like a figure skater at the Winter Olympics. Matlock to inbound. Vertical defending towards the far baseline is Trout. Bounce pass in a trap to Sophia Penamani. Matlock looks to her right to the flanking Casper. Has Petty. She can't reel it in. And Smoot loses it off her fingertips. Ashlyn Smoot had a good job, or did a good job, reading where the ball would land. It was in front of her, but I think she started to lose her balance as she leaned forward. 3:12 left in the fourth, a 9-point lead for the Dragons. Sophia Penamani to inbound. She looks deep into the front court behind the three-point line to Casper. Casper dribbles hard to her right hip. Good rip by Babcock. Casper hits the deck and a held ball. It will be Pittsburgh basketball with 3 minutes left in the fourth and a 9-point contest. Chanute, ample time to come back. They trailed by as much as 15 points. Casper catches 2 steps in front of the midcourt line. Casper dribbling next to Smoot, looks over the top of Boosie. Has Sophia Penamani. Petty steps in to an easy 8-footer. No. Kidd almost had the rebound, but Boosie is able to squeeze it, hug it, and rip it away. Her 5th rebound on the night. Petty drops to 1 of 5 from inside the right and left ring. Trout harassed, no airspace in the right corner, defended by Petty. Losing the basketball is Taylor Thompson as it will trickle over to Boosie, and a timeout used by Coach Fox. He wants a full one, and a good thing he used the timeout because Boosie missed the 3. 38-29 the score, 2:33 left in the fourth, and 2 stagnant offenses. Let me redact that. Neither side has been a real stagnant offense, but how about excellent defenses have been showcased tonight in front of a homecoming crowd inside of Pittsburgh High School. 38-29, back in 36 with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Don't miss the live radio auction Saturday, February 24th, starting at 8 a.m. here on ESPN 100.7. Also broadcast on My Country 101.7 and KWXD 103.5. We will have farm and ag products, soybeans, equipment, and more, plus food plots for those deer hunters, recliners, mattresses, meat bundles, generators, and the list keeps growing. If your business would like to get involved with the radio auction, you can call 620-232-5993 for more info. To get your business on the area's largest radio auction, covering Southwest Missouri and Southeast Kansas. February 24th at 8 a.m. Don't miss it.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
We had a whopping 142 combined points the last time the Blue Comet girls and Pittsburgh High School girls met in Chanute, Kansas. And right now we are just at 67 combined points with 2:30 left in the contest. Dragons lead by 9. Babcock with a chest pass right wing to Boosie. Boosie shovels it backwards to Babcock, who dribbles with her left offhand. Wheeling inside of the horseshoe to the high post is Trout. Right wing Boosie airmails the 3-pointer. Rollins tries to save it, and Boosie has just been uncomfortable all night, Avi, shooting tough shots. 1 of 8 from the floor, 3 of 7 from the free throw line. 2:15 left in the contest. Sophia Pinamani subs out. Matlock to inbound, far baseline, right side of the backboard. Casper gains a little separation as she manufactured that space between her and Trout. She catches it in the backcourt, looks for Matlock, and it's kicked away by Trout. Deja vu as Matlock is set to inbound again. Kidd at midcourt, and the 1-2-1 press by Chanute still in effect. Good transition pass by Casper. She found Petty, and then Taylor tried to go with a side sweep and stripped the ball loose from Petty. She fouls. Fourth personal foul by Taylor Thompson, and the 10th team foul committed by the Blue Comets. These two teams combined have shot 9 of 28 from the free throw line. The Dragons 3 of 14. Make it 4 of 15 now as Petty knocks down her second free throw attempt of the night. She'll have her 5th shot coming up here in just a second, as Sophia Pinamani checks in for Cassidy Odell with 2:09 left in the ball game. Back to a 10-point lead for the Dragons. Petty goes 2 for 2. 10 points for Madam Petty. 40-29 the score. Dragons up 11. Casper takes a gamble, tries to knock the ball away from Boosie while the Blue Comets were on the break. Interchanging passes between Trout and I thought that was Babcock. Either way, Trout lays it in with the right hand. In the backcourt, Casper defended, double teamed by 2 Blue Comets in Babcock and Trout. Petty catches, right wing, looks for Sophia Pinamani, and she's able to smother the ball high off the glass and down through the bottom of the nylon. She has 9 points, including 1 of 1 from deep. Left wing, ripping from left to right, attacking is Boosie. She looks for Dangerfield, and a gentle little touch shot over the top of the lip of the iron, and that one drops for 2. Dangerfield now 2 of 4 from the floor, and inbound by Matlock to Petty, and she's fouled. Petty to the stripe with 1:18 left in the contest, a 9-point lead for the Dragons, who are inching ever closer to 500 on the season. With a win tonight, the Dragons will go over 500 in Southeast Kansas Conference play for the first time this year at 5-4. On our live stream, you're able to see the freshman Javon Grant for the boys basketball team. They will play here shortly against the Blue Comets, who are coming off a loss on the road to Altamont, in which Javon Rellifer scored 27 points, according to Sean Fry of the Parsons Sun. Those 27 points gave him 1,000 career points. So congratulations to Mr. Magic Rellifer, as Petty is able to can both free throws. Coach Fox uses a timeout. 44-33. Dragons up 11 with 1:13 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. We are back at 30 ticks with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Pay you up to $15 per month. With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB. Member FDIC.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
44-33, Madam Petty, the freshman who has been stellar this year for the Purple Dragons, 5 of 7 free throw shooting. On the night, as a unit, the Dragons have shot 7 of 18. That's a shade under 40%, not a very good mark, but when it's counted most, the freshman has knocked down her free throw. She has 12 points to lead all Dragon scores, and she's tied for the game high with Rollins of the Blue Comets. The Dragons seeking their 5th conference win of the season and their 8th win overall. Right wing Boosie with a minute left in the contest. Skip pass, Babcock. Left wing dribbles with her right. Shovels it backwards to an open Rollins. Looks for Boosie, right wing. Boosie goes to the high post, wrap around pass, head fake, Babcock. Left corner 3, Trout. That one rattles home. And finally, Chanute is able to end their cold streak, shooting from deep. They are 4 of 11 on the night. Petty in the front court to the right ring, goes inside, finds an open Sophia Pinamani, who now has 11 points. And Sophia Penamani eclipsing her season high of 10 that she scored on Tuesday with 11. Right short corner, Rollins gets tangled up with Sophia Penamani. Held ball, it will be Chanute basketball, 34 ticks left, and a 10-point ball game. Babcock to inbound, left side of the backboard, far baseline. Good defense by the Dragons. Right block, Boosie, tough shot. She has just been unable to get to her spots tonight, Avi. And she typically had that left wing available to her when this team played in Chanute against the Dragons tonight. That has been completely taken out of her arsenal. Inbounds, right wing, Babcock, her three, high arcing, that one swishes through, and Coach Krotz not pleased with the three-pointers allowed as the Chanute Blue Comets only trail by 7, stolen away. Left block, left-hand layup, missed by Trout with 15 ticks left. Live ball, Boosie, left wing three, leaves it short. Missed shots for the Blue Comets down the stretch. Dangerfield and Kidd tangled up, held ball, Purple Dragons rock. And the Blue Comets, multiple opportunities to score, but just leaving the ball short multiple times on open looks as Boosie drops to 1 of 6 from behind the arc. And on the night, she has shot 1 of 9. Madison Thompson had a 21-point outing the last time these two teams clashed. Tried 2 points tonight. 11 seconds left in the contest, making 9. Odell will outrun the herd. It's Petty, goes to the left block, left-hand lay-in, no, short, 46-39 to score, and that's all she wrote. The Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons win their contest during homecoming, and a lot of these underclassmen have a very memorable experience to keep with them. And first-year head coach Chris Krotz earns his 8th victory on the year, 1 away from 500. He and the rest of his girls can reach that mark on the road next week at Fort Scott. And with that, we will step aside for 2 minutes, come back with final statistics, and then we'll look ahead to the boys' matchup here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SCK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SCK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 7 days a week for your convenience. SCK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
When you get engaged and need to pay for the wedding, when you have a baby and need to start that college savings account, it seems like the best moments in life can come with some real financial challenges. What's yours? At Commerce Bank, we find solutions so you can focus on enjoying life. Visit us online at commercebank.com or at a branch near you. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted. Member FDIC.
What does it take to have a truly positive reputation? At Vogel Heating and Cooling, we know reputation is earned by consistent performance, by serving our customers' best interest, by providing top quality, energy efficient ream equipment and service for Southeast Kansas homeowners. Vogel Heating and Cooling is a Ream Factory authorized dealer and has been serving the area for over 20 years. Turn to the experts. Turn to Vogel Heating and Cooling.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of zero-turn lawnmowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler Mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
Let's go back live courtside.
The Purple Dragons earned their 8th victory on the season and advanced to over 500 in Southeast Kansas Conference play with a 46-39 victory over Dustin Fox's now 3-13 Chanute Blue Comets. Alongside Avi Sharma, shall we right back at our KSHQ studio, Cam Molina with you as we are having some homecoming court recognition that will go on here in just a moment. So the boys' game will be delayed by just a little bit, but Avi, a great performance for the Purple Dragons as they now have 4 consecutive victories, the first time they've done that this season, and it's a big sign of improvement for Coach Krotz and company.
Yeah, it seems that they are playing better as a team, Cameron. Something that they didn't do at the beginning of the season is they were struggling to find the chemistry between each other. Now the girls have really figured it out, and now they're looking really, really good. That could be a scary thing for other teams in the SEK. And I tell you, even though it's a couple games away, that Labette County matchup could be more interesting than people think. I'm really looking forward to that. But, hats off to the girls. They played well. And, you got to give credit to Chanute. They didn't give up at all during this whole game. They kept fighting. I think if there was more time on the clock, potentially they had the momentum at the end. They could have potentially made that thing a tie game, and we could have had a whole another fiasco like we had the last time.
I agree. 17-11 was the score at halftime. The Dragons only leading by 6 points, but the Dragons nearly doubling their first half output in the third quarter as they led by 11, 33-22 going into the fourth. They were up by as much as 15 tonight, and then 46-39 the final score, and it was just a sluggish offensive performance from both teams in that first half of play. It was 11-7 after one quarter of play, and the Dragons were able to do enough to give themselves the lead, and it was just the easy transition baskets. And I know we talked about entering tonight how that full court press by Chanute, the 1-2-1 that they run, could cause some issues to this team. But in the end, it almost felt as if that press was detrimental, as there were a lot of leak-outs from Sophia Pinamani, Caitlin Kidd, and Madden Petty as they scored with ease on those fast breaks.
Yeah, the confidence went a whole different way for PHS this time, as they were 100% confidence facing that press, and it didn't faze them one bit, as they played very well against it, and I didn't think that they had any problems at all, like you mentioned. And I'd say confidence is a really big thing for this Purple Dragons team. We talked about how well Sophia Pinamani and company has been playing. I think it's because of confidence. They have more faith in themselves that they can, put up the shots or make the easy passes.
With that, let's take a look at the final stats. 2 points for Zoe Pinamani off the bench. Riley Johnson shooting 0 of 1 from behind the arc, 0 points to her name, but a good defensive effort. Kaden Matlock scoring 7 points and 4 rebounds on 3 of 3 shooting from inside the horseshoe. Caitlin Kidd, 2 points and 4 rebounds. 3 points for Cassidy Odell on a rebound. Sophia Pinamani, second leading scorer for the Dragons with 11 points. That is a season high for her after a season high 10 points against the Parsons Vikings. 7 points scored by Abby Casper, including 3 rebounds. Ella Hendrickson, 2 points and 3 rebounds, and Madden Petty, 12 points and 3 rebounds. Madden Petty tied for the game high with Molly Rollins of the Chanute Blue Comets, as she went 3 of 3 from inside the horseshoe, including 2 of 3 from deep, 12 points to her name. Jada Dangerfield, the freshman, earning a lot of valuable minutes, 7 points, 5 rebounds for her. Madison Thompson, 2 points for her. Sabri Trout, 5 points off the bench, 1 rebound. Tori Busey with 6 points and 5 rebounds. Corey Babcock, 5 points and a rebound. And Taylor Thompson, 2 points and 2 rebounds. And it really came down to free throws in the end. The Dragons only +1 in that regard, but all their free throws came late and down the stretch. Combined, these two teams shot 13 of 32 from the free throw line, an under 50% clip. The Dragons themselves shot under 40% at 7 of 18, and the Blue Comets shot under 45% at 6 of 14. A real difference on the stat sheet were the rebounds. 18 rebounds for the Dragons compared to the 15 of Chanute. A lot of those offensive, and those second chance opportunities, like we discussed at halftime, were not capitalized upon by the Dragons, but they did that in the third and fourth quarter and really helped them win this ball game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Cameron. You couldn't have said it any better, but it was, like we keep saying, it's a tale of two different stories, because last time these two teams really haven't found each other, and it came down to double overtime. Tonight it was a different ball game. I gotta say it, the better team won. I think Pittsburg was just better overall team, as they figured it out early and they kept going with it. Neither team could not hit a bucket to save their life if they really needed to, but in the end they found a way, and free throws were actually a big implication towards the end. And so I think that this was a great overall game for both teams. It's an improving game, and now they both can move on to their games on Tuesday.
Well, as you mentioned, Tuesday, Pittsburg High School on the road. They'll take on Fort Scott. Going to be a tough matchup in Tiger Country. But this Pittsburgh team, as we've been talking about, the theme of the last 5-6 games, the massive improvement. You take down two teams were ranked inside the top 4 in the Southeast Conference, and Independence at their house, and then Parsons at home, winning by double digits. Those are two marquee victories, and this Dragons team, who many once thought would be potentially the 4th seed in the sub-state, can now be the number 2 seed.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting, playoffs. I think it's going to be a fun and exciting one to look forward to. But Cameron, you and I both know that is on the mind of no teams right now, as they want to finish the regular season and get ready for that.
And with that, homecoming court is being, I guess they're being anointed right now. No one's really been crowned or queened yet or knighted, whatever it is. I was a loser in high school, so I was never able to really earn that distinct honor. But with that, we'll go ahead and step aside and take a 2-minute break, come back, and then we'll reintroduce the boys matchup tonight once the homecoming court has been established. And with that 2-minute break, we'll bring you back with more of your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hey, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Customer first, safety always. It's not just a tagline, it's the Watco way. By focusing on safety, each and every day they build a future by protecting their customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road, at home or across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure that they deliver their loads safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
Well, the king and queen have been anointed. How about Maddie Baden as well as PJ Mansour, your queen and king, respectively, 2018 homecoming at Pittsburgh High School. Congratulations to the two of those. And with those pleasantries out of the way, Kylie Rolf's 12-3 Purple Dragons taking on a Max Roark-led Chanute team with a 3-12 overall record, and their records for the Purple Dragons and the Blue Comets just reversed. 7-1 in the SEK for the Dragons, 1-7 in conference play for the Blue Comets. So the Purple Dragons really riding a high following the Border Classic tournament that was held here. Gavin Elkamil and company coming off a monstrous performance against the Parsons Vikings and a season-high 89 points. And what a fantastic outing it was offensively, Avi, for the Purple Dragons against a Parsons team that had beat the Dragons back in December on their home court by 3, and then to lose by 33 points.
Well, Cameron, I think you and I both thought that game was going to be a lot closer than what it should have been, but man, was PHS just on one. Gavin Elkamil, we could not say enough. The kid wasn't even 100% out there, as he was still favoring his upper leg injury, and he kept battling through it, and he kept draining shots. I think finished 8 for 12 from 3 land, and it was just an unbelievable shooting performance by everybody on the floor, and they just did a good job. Parsons just could not find the answer. It was just tough shooting. for them, as they were neck and neck at first in the first and second quarter, and all of a sudden PHS didn't look back as they just dominated the rest of the game. And that momentum's just got to keep going for PHS, as now they have Chanute, which they had a big victory last time in Chanute, and they're looking to do that again here in this packed crowd.
Well, Coach Rolls will be the first to tell you it's an every night basis deal, so don't take a game for granted, don't become complacent. And if you can recall, last time these two teams took on one another, at halftime it was actually a relatively close contest. Pittsburg High School did not lead by that much. It was only 33-23 at halftime. Chanute, ample chances to make their way back in to the conversation of a victory in that game, but it was a big third quarter for PHS where they dropped nearly 30 points, and that kind of spelled the end for Chanute and Coach Roark. But this time around, if Chanute's just a bit more cognizant of where they are on the floor, space out the ball well, it could be a good night. Michael Elward had 24 points last time these two teams met, and Corbin Kimberlin dropped 12 points. And speaking with many coaches, they think Kimberlin should be on that first team All-SEK, and he's a fairly tall guard. He gets all of his teammates involved, and he just dropped 31 points against Altamont, a pretty hefty task.
Yeah, and the kid is a shooter, a good shooter at that. He knows when to take the good shots and when not to, and pass it around to his teammates. He's just a great player that you want to have on your team, and I couldn't agree more. I think this kid definitely deserves to be on that first team. Watching him play the first time and getting to see him again, he's definitely the kind of player that you want if you're the Chanute Blue Comets.
Well, we'll hear a bit more from Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs here in 2 minutes. You're listening to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
Now accepting new clients. At the Pet Care and Surgery Center, Dr. James Clark believes all of our pets deserve kind, humane, and loving treatment. From a simple checkup or rabies vaccination to performing major surgery. Plus, Dr. Clark has boarding, grooming, nutrition, and wellness checkups. Dr. James Clark can provide that loving member of your family with the treatment they deserve. Call 620-308-6454 to set up an appointment or simply visit petcarecenter.org. Pet Care and Surgery, making a difference.
Customer first, safety always. It's not just a tagline, it's the Watco way. By focusing on safety, each and every day they build a future by protecting their customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road, at home or across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure that they deliver their loads safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
I had no idea you did that.
That's what I said when I learned CDL does more than just electrical work. Like plumbing, heat and air, security cameras and alarms, generators, solar panels, even signs for my business. CDL really is one company that has a solution for about everything in my home and business. Learn more at cdlsolution.com.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
Hello and a merry welcome back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. Cam Molina joined by Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolls. Coach, last time out, gaining sole possession of the SEK following a victory against Anthony Houck's Parsons Vikings. Your team's offensive dominance was on full display, scoring a season-high 89 points. Can you touch on what worked well last night, or rather Tuesday, against the Vikings?
Well, I mean, one is the ball went in the basket, and anytime the ball goes in the basket as well as it did, especially early on, I mean, Gav really got in a rhythm, and you know, when the ball goes in the basket, everything looks good, and you know, everybody feels good, you get a good rhythm going, and you know, it eventually makes it really hard on the opponent, and I thought that was a big key early. Then in the second half, I just thought we really moved the ball and shared the ball really well, and just got the ball in really good spots and continued to make baskets. And so that was, you know, like I said, it's when the ball goes in the basket, it's not necessarily you're doing anything special. It's just, but boy, it makes it look like you're doing a lot of good things because it's offense is a lot prettier when the result is a made basket.
Coach Gavin Elkamil, your sophomore guard, had a particularly nice night, 32 points, 8 of 12 shooting from three-point range. I know he's been hampered by some injuries the last couple games. In addition, I know during the midway point of the season, he was kind of hot and cold at times. How do you feel this last game helped his confidence level, if it was dwindling at all?
Well, I don't really think it was dwindling much, but anytime you go out and have a game like that and shoot the ball like that, it's obviously it helps your confidence level. There's no question. I mean, you get it going like that, and you start to feel like that you can't miss. And I think there's some definite carryover value there, and so I think it'll definitely help his confidence moving forward.
Well, Coach, defensively, a standout second half. You guys locked down the Parsons Vikings, held them to just 26 points in that second half of action. Fourth quarter in particular, you only allowed the Vikings to score 8 points. How do you feel about your defensive effort?
Well, it was good, and here recently that's been a big key for us. There's no doubt. I feel like everything's kind of started on that end of the floor for us, and our guys have just been locked in, and I feel like they've really bought into knowing that that's what we got to do night in and night out, and hopefully we'll continue to have that kind of mindset.
Well, Coach, with the win against the Vikings, you guys have a clear-cut lead in the SEK, about a 2-game lead over Labette County and Parsons. Can you talk about the confidence, one, with that, and two, the pride you feel in your boys for putting on such a good effort so far this year? I know the old adage is, we have more games still left to play, especially from you, but it has to feel pretty good right now, knowing you have a little bit of arm length.
Well, no, and I'm going to go back to what you just said. For us, it's in the moment. We got no time to reflect or no time to look ahead. We've got to get on the floor today and get ready to play a solid Chanute team that's going to come in here ready to play us. There's no question in my mind about that. They are a much improved team, and they'll be ready to go. And, if you do any kind of exhale and start to feel good about yourself, that's usually when things don't go well. So our job is to stay focused on the job at hand, and right now that's getting ready for Chanute.
Cam Molina currently talking with Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolls. And, Coach, for your senior Layton team, upperclassman Layton team, they've had more than one rodeo with their either 3 or 4 years of experience playing basketball for you or at the JV level. But homecoming right around the bend, as you mentioned, against Chanute. You talk about the festivities and how you as a coach make sure you guys are focused in on Friday's game.
Well, we talked about it a little bit, but beyond that, it's kind of like what you said. Our guys have been through it before. We trust them to do what they need to do to get themselves ready and to stay focused on the job at hand. There are a few extra things that just create a little bit different routine, but really when it comes down to it, there's not a lot of difference in the night. You just have a little extra time in between games, but our guys understand that, and our legals need to step forward and make sure we're focused and ready to go.
Coach, we kind of touched on this in passing maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, if I remember correctly. We talked about peaking, and your guys are peaking at the right time. That's been illustrated offensively and defensively, and it was exemplified in the game against Parsons, in my personal opinion. But now that you guys personally feel that you guys have peaked and are hitting your steps just correctly right now, is there any change to your training regimen? Is practice conducted any differently?
Well, I hope we're playing better, that's for sure. I really, and I honestly mean this, we can play better than we're playing right now, and that's no disrespect to anybody, but that's got to be our mindset if we're going to continue to get better and continue to get ready as this month rolls on. So, we've got things we need to work on and improve on. This time of year, yes, we do shorten our practices down a little bit. There's no question. We don't do a whole lot of things on Wednesday. We try to get our kids in and out of there. We do a little video and get on the floor and get loose and try to get them out of there. I think it's important this time of year to not only keep your legs fresh, but keep their minds fresh as well. It can be, you get to this time of the season, it can be a grind if you let it. And I think the important thing is for them to try to stay fresh, both physically and mentally. So we try to do that. But, Mondays and Thursdays, the day before a game, we really don't change a whole lot. Maybe it's just a little bit shorter than it normally is, but we go at it pretty good and try to get ready for that next night.
Coach, you already touched on it. Chanute on the docket next at home. Last time you guys faced off, it was a pretty lopsided affair, but if I remember correctly, in that first half, both of you guys struggled a bit offensively. I know the Kimberlin kid just had a really good night against Labette. Can you talk about what the game plan is against Chanute?
Well, it starts with him. There's no doubt. Timberland is a very good scorer of the basketball, and you've got to have, their offense kind of runs through him, so you've got to pay attention to him and try to limit some things that he's able to do, and that's easier said than done. And they're very solid. Max does a great job. I mean, they'll make you earn things on your offensive end of the floor, and you have to move the ball well, and so. We just need to be prepared to play a solid game for 32 minutes because they're going to make us have to do that in order to get a win. I know that. So, we have a great deal of respect for them. We shot the ball extremely well the first time we played over there, and so, that can be hit or miss, the shooting part of it. So we know we need to get down and be ready to play, and hopefully our guys will be.
Again, that was Kylie Rolfs, head boys basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. We are back shortly with starting rotations and insight into tonight's matchup between the Blue Comets and the Purple Dragons here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Advanced technology, comprehensive quality care. That's Canar Eye Care. We have the newest technology, but we never lose sight of what's most important, our patients. Eye care has changed dramatically in recent years, and we've been there for you every step of the way. At Canar Eye Care, patients spend time with doctors. Total eye care from contact lenses, including bifocal contacts, treatment of disease, and surgical co-management. Canar Eye Care, the clear choice.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have one direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB. Member FDIC.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Let's go back live courtside.
You heard the bump. We welcome you back courtside inside Pittsburg High School's main gymnasium. 7:30 remaining before the tip-off between the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons and the Chanute Blue Comets alongside Avi Sharma. Shelby White back in our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you. Last time out, this Purple Dragon team took on a highly touted Class 4A D2 opponent in the Parsons Vikings. How about 89 points? An excellent offensive night for the Purple Dragons, and Gavin Elkamel led the charge, 32 points, 8 of 12 from shooting downtown. Avi, how do you feel the Dragons are able to bottle up that offensive performance and bring it into tonight against a very gritty, very stingy Blue Comet club?
Oh, it's momentum and confidence, Cameron. You want to believe in your shot every time you put it up, and that's exactly what PHS did. We talked about it time and time and again. Gavin Elkamil, during the tournament before that, he wasn't himself. He didn't have enough confidence in his shot, and he was just disappointed every time he shot. He was running back down the court with the head down, and then now all of a sudden he's got that boost of momentum, and he's really feeling himself. And I mean, I don't blame him after the way he had, but it was every player who had a great game. Marquis English, I don't know if there is a man in the country that can stop that kid when he is inside the paint one-on-one. He is just a dominant pain in the butt, if you will, down low. And then if he's the pain, then there's another guy down there with him, Chase Curtis, who you can't stop both of them at the same time. And then that opens up the floor yet again. Jarek Butcher, a great job. The sharpshooter, Drew Rolfs, we know he's been struggling as of late, but who knows, Rolfs can catch fire in a snap of a finger, and he's on fire. So, everybody on this team does a great job. The bench comes up plays big minutes. Javon Grant, we haven't seen him be a scoring factor yet, but he's been a defensive shutdown player, and he's been a controlling point guard, which is exactly what Coach Ross wants. You got Trenton Austin, the big guy to come in, who is athletic as can be. He can be in the slam dunk contest this weekend if he really wanted to. That's how good of a player that he is. So this is a very talented PHS Purple Dragons team, Cameron. Been excited to call them all year. But this Chanute team, we've talked about it. They are a very good team that can they just need to find that potential that can get them above and beyond where they are right now.
Well, in the case of Chanute, they will have a daunting task tonight in front of a jam-packed Pittsburg High School student section, as all are decked out in their purple attire for homecoming, trying to show off their school spirit. The Blue Comets losing to Altamont on Tuesday, 69-65. Corbett Kimberlin posting 31 points, but it wasn't enough to overcome Javon Rellifer's 27 points. Also, those 27 points put him over 1,000 points in career scoring. Congratulations to him. One more congratulations goes out to Garrett Hall of Kalina, who set the school record in scoring with over 1,300 points. So tip of the cap to him from everybody at ESPN as well as the Southeast Kansas area. But for the Blue Comets, they led 26-24 at halftime over a talented Grizzlies club, and to lose by 4, that's gut-wrenching.
Absolutely, I agree with you. You know, we weren't there, so we couldn't really call to see what happened. Might have been a one-quarter collapse. It might have just been, down the line where in situations they're up like that, they didn't know what to do. Things like that happen all the time. But, you can't let that hang on you. That's the biggest thing, is even though you played well against the team, but you lost it, you have to look forward to the next game, and you have to move on, because if you dwell on that game, Cameron, that they lost on Tuesday, it's going to be a bad result tonight.
Well, before we get into the starting rotations, we have some breaking news from the SEK. This was reported by Andy Ciateco and Jacob Leonard of KOAM. Final score 49-46. The Fort Scott Lady Tigers upsetting the Labette County Lady Grizzlies. Tristan Gegg had 23 points, but not enough to overcome an overall team effort by the Tigers, who win in overtime by 3. And that sends ripple effects throughout the Southeast Kansas Conference. More often, rather, I would say, it's still safe to assume Labette will win the Southeast Kansas Conference League, but Fort Scott giving a strong bid for that number 1 position still. Plus, it looks like they have that number 2 spot secured right now. But anything can happen in the next couple of weeks. Pittsburg, who's red hot right now with a 4-game win streak, could just mosey in here inside Pittsburg High School and take on a very tough Labette team and potentially come out with the win. Halftime when those two teams played one another, it was just like a 2 or 3 point game in favor of Labette. So anything could happen in the upcoming weeks. But let's go ahead and go through the starting lineups, beginning with Chanute. For Coach Max Roark and his 3-12 Blue Comets, it will be Bryson Ellis, Mason Manbeck, Matt Hernandez, and Nate Otis, as well as Corbett Kimberlin. As for the Purple Dragons, we have a shakeup in the lineup since it's senior night. Chase Curtis with Alex Kafka, Isaac Leverage, Drew Rolfs, and Dalton Gromer. So the seniors will have a chance to be recognized, at least those seniors who do not have as much of a chance to step into that limelight and that main starting rotation, but they'll get their cheers and high fives tonight from the student section tonight, and it will be a fun, lively atmosphere inside Pittsburg High School. And with that, we will step aside for 2 minutes and come back with tip-off here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Now accepting new clients.
It's a feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you've become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong
at Pittsburg State University.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union, with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Headquartered in Richmond, Kansas, QSI Quality Structures Incorporated specializes in designing and building complete post-frame buildings. We provide structures built to withstand a 30-pound ground snow load and a 90-mile-per-hour wind shear built to the most stringent codes. Whether you need a garage, agricultural building, commercial facility, or custom-built design, we're your one-stop shop for post-frame buildings. QSI. Everything we do is right on cue.
Plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you tired of all those confusing checking account options? The Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union makes your choice simple. We only have one option. Our checking account has no monthly fees, and if you maintain a $2,000 minimum balance, we pay you interest. Get the Credit Union Advantage at 416 North Broadway or call 620-231-5719 for more information. Deposits are federally insured by NCUA up to $250,000.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons, open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast in names and numbers.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
You heard what the man said. You can stream this action live on your sports headquarters website, ESPN100.7.com. Purple Dragon, Chanute Blue Comets going over the starting rotation as it's being announced by the PA announcer. With that, we will go through the starting rotations once again ourselves. It is Chase Curtis with the likes of Alex Kafka, Isaac Leverage, and Dalton Gromer for the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons. And for the Chanute Blue Comets, it is Bryson Ellis, Mason Manbeck, Matt Hernandez, Nate Otis, and Corbett Kimberlin. So a lot of these seniors being acknowledged for the Purple Dragons. What a big moment it is for them, Avi.
Absolutely, Cameron. I was in those shoes once time. It was my first career start. The jitters were going crazy. I was more than happy to go. You know exactly that's how these guys are going to feel. The senior night's a very special moment. You get to play in front of your home crowd. It's your big start. It's your time to shine. And you know all these guys are shooters. They're going to want to shoot the ball every time they get the chance because you know what? You know the crowd's just going to go absolute nuts if they get the opportunity. Very special moment for them. But you know, it's still a game. Don't hold back. You still got to win this thing, and you want a big matchup. This is a good, talented team that can get under you, so be prepared.
In the case of Corbin Kimberlin, how do you defend him?
Good question, Cameron. I don't know the answer to that one. I think that man over there, Coach Rolfs, knows exactly how to do it. It's just that his boys can execute it. You know, we don't know what we'll see. We might see a boxing one type defense. Just keep your eye on Kimberlin because he's a great ball handler, and the kid can shoot.
An entire drove of Pittsburg High School students make their way back into the student section after giving the starters high fives and congratulating them on this homecoming contest as the Blue Comets come in with their powder blue Jordan uniforms with white numerals and dark navy blue lettering. And a correction, it looks like they're more Nike uniforms, but Jordan warm-ups.
I love those unis. My colors right there.
And then for the Purple Dragons, their Adidas uniforms, home white with purple numerals and lettering. Curtis to tip off against Otis, and Otis wins with a bit of a spring in his step and a bounce pass from Kimberlin to Ellis as he will cross the timeline as we begin the SEK tilt between the Blue Comets and the Purple Dragons. Crossing over from right to left, it is Hernandez. Chest pass, left wing, jab step by Manbeck. Manbeck looks low, head fake before he goes with the chest pass to the right wing, Ellis. He'll attack, swivels inside and scores with the left hand. Bryson Ellis, a good move, getting Rolfs on his hip and able to capitalize. Drew Rolfs, the starting point guard now in place of Jared Butcher, since it is senior night. Interchanging from the right wing to the left wing is both Curtis and Leverage. Curtis catches right corner. Dalton Gromer catches 4 steps away from the top of the arch. Kafka jab to the right. He scans, and as he prospects, he finds Gromer. Gromer, chest pass, right corner to an open Curtis. Kafka at the point, delivers a dart to Rolfs, who is set. His feet were squared towards the basket, but decides not to shoot. Leverage, one-arm swing pass to Kafka. Gromer has Rolfs, right corner, back to the basket. Leverage goes to work. Beautiful cut by Kafka, and it's Leverage to Kafka, the senior-to-senior connection. Selfless play by Leverage, who has been the proverbial sixth man this year for the Dragons with Trenton Austin. Kimberlin will slice and dice inside and scores with his dominant right hand on a little teardrop. 4-2 the score. Dragons up by, or rather, Dragons down by a pair. Chest pass from Rolfs, left wing to an open Leverage. Interchanging with Leverage is Kafka left wing. Gromer catches. He'll take a three. That's up. That one glances off the right side of the orange. Kafka with the offensive rebound. His first shot blocked. Second opportunity. Takes 2 friendly Purple Dragon hops, and it drops to the bottom of the net. And Gromer was delayed on that three-pointer, but it looked good for a second as Marquis English is set to check in. 2 minutes into the ballgame, attacking left short corner, 2 left block, and scoring is Kimberlin over Curtis. Corbin Kimberlin not allowing the Dragons to get off the hook that easily, starting a lot of their bench players who are seniors tonight. Gromer will sub out. English comes in. 6-4 the score. Blue Comets lead by 2 minutes into tonight's contest. Kimberlin with his white compression calf sleeve, bends his knees and springs up and converts the free throw. Rolfs dribbles with his right hand, scans to his right, even further for an open Leverage. Instead, it's English at the point, reverses back to Rolfs, who has Leverage right block. He cannot score over the top of Otis. Corbett Kimberlin with his first rebound of the night as he gallops in transition, looks left short corner. Manbeck interchanges with Kimberlin, spins away. English was there on the read. He looks for Kafka in transition. He goes up, brings the ball to his forehead, tries to score over the great defending Otis, who uses his wiry frame to get in front of the senior guard for the Dragons. Good deflection by English, reading Hernandez's eyes. It will remain with Chanute following the tip away by Marquis English. 7-4 is the score. Dragons trail by 3. Near side baseline inbound by Hernandez. Stepping on the purple baseline. Good read by Curtis. He's able to tip the ball out of bounds. It will land in front of the Pittsburg High School student section. And it is a mass of purple. One body of Purple Dragon fans. Dribbling to his right and reversing outwards is Manbeck. Manbeck looks backdoor for an open Ellis, and Ellis is able to score his second basket of the night. Kafka has really been the only Purple Dragon to have a chance at the rim. Rolf scans, looks right corner. English sets his feet, the trifecta off the back iron as it glances off. It's tracked down by Kafka, who has been extremely active thus far with 4 points and 2 rebounds. Kafka left corner 3, right side of the rim, and it's tracked down by Kimberlin, his second rebound of the contest. Crossing over is Kimberlin from right to left in front of English, and English talking a little bit of smack to him. Kimberlin not phased as he scoops and shovels a pass backwards to Hernandez. with his right wrist taped up with athletic tape. He goes to work. Chest pass, left wing, head fake, sold by Manbeck. Manbeck loses his handle on the sphere. Hernandez stutter step, and as he tap dances, he looks for Kimberlin. Left corner three, swishes it. Kimberlin out of the chute, on fire with 8 points and 2 rebounds. Right corner, Kafka decides to pass up the three and finds Marquis English to the high post. One dribble, Rolfs, left corner three is up. He swishes that one in response. Rolfs and his three-point mechanics are very crisp. He keeps the elbow in very tight, brought it to the forehead level, and then just released smoothly. 5-point lead for Chanute on the road with under 4 to go in the first. Rolfs will switch with English. Manbeck takes a hop step through the middle of the lane and leaves his shot just a bit long. It glances off the left side of the 10. Rolfs, left wing, he slings it to an open Kafka, sells the head fake, double clutches, finds English, and it's a foul on the floor. Kimberlin saying that it should have been a held ball or a strip, but Kimberlin will earn his first foul, and the team's first as well. Trenton Austin, Jared Butcher sub in for Alex Kafka and Isaac Leverins. Both go to the bench and receive a standing ovation by the student section for the Dragons. With 3:30 left in the first, it's 12-7. Dragons trail. Rolfs, left wing three. No. Austin tries to tip it and keep it alive. His 6'6 frame used best when he's back to the basket and bruising and being a muscle man down low as Curtis lives up to that sentiment, finds Trenton Austin. One power dribble, runs into the chest of Manbeck and scores. Kimberlin dribbles with his off left hand. The non-dominant hand scoop pass over to Manbeck, who crosses over from right to left with the globe in his mitts. Defended by English, picks up his dribble. Kimberlin guarded by Rolfs. High ball screen set by Ellis, who will roll to the basket. Crossover right to left by Otis, who loses it off of his shoe. Last touch by Butcher. It will be Chanute basketball. Coach Roark expressing his displeasure with how Chanute's offense is being run right now. Substitutions. Anthony Williams comes onto the floor for the Blue Comets. Also on the floor, Michael Aylward, who had 24 points last time these two teams clashed. Jab step by Kimberlin to his right, spins away from Rolfs. No look, bounce pass to an open Williams, who swishes an 8-foot two-pointer. 14-9 to score. Dragons down 5. Rolfs passes off a wide open right wing three to Austin, who spins away, ricocheting off the body of Aylward to Curtis, right back to Austin. Two friendly hops for Austin. That one drops to the bottom of the netting. Behind the back move by Kimberlin. He scans, prospecting, looking to knife inside the lane, following the high ball screen by Ellis. Instead of wheeling inside, he looks backside. Good up fake. Bad finish by Ellis after the great defense by Rolfs. Curtis tips the ball away as Rolfs tried to bleed into the backcourt. He did not finish the job on the rebound. 2:13 left in the quarter. 14-11. Chanute leads early. The powder blue wearing Blue Comets set to inbound. And it's Manbeck, who brings the ball torso level about 2 inches away from his right pec. Tries to inbound to an open Williams, who's defended by Butcher, and Williams travels.
I think he was too worried about the backcourt that he lost how many steps he took.
So Ty Bowman comes into the contest. He was not available last time these two teams played, and he's listed at 6'5", but I don't think he's 6'5" exactly. He doesn't look it, at least, maybe with the hair that poofs up. But he's the quarterback for the football team, and an excellent quarterback at that. As Chase Curtis lowers his shoulder, goes to the body of Corbett Kimberlin, falls away with the right-hand floater, and that one ricochets off the window and goes through. Kimberlin runs into the body of Curtis. Now Kimberlin has a pair of fouls. He's the game's leading scorer with 8 points and 2 rebounds, and he will be relegated to the bench in favor of Hernandez. And Kimberlin not pleased with the decision by the officials. Under 2 to go in the first quarter. 14-13 to score. Dragons trail by 1. Butcher will cross both of his forearms in front of his body, and it looks to be play X with Austin on the right wing, and this could be the alley-oop play. Austin will run towards left short corner. High post, turnaround. English drops it from the near elbow. Marquis English wasted no time, and when Austin ran baseline, the attraction showed as the Blue Comets kind of gravitated to him. And in the backcourt, it's Manbeck. He'll cross the prime meridian, picks up his dribble, bounce pass Hernandez. He gets to the high post, wraps around, finds Ty Bowman with his back to the basket, goes to the chest pass, left wing. Manbeck goes to work. High ball screen set by Bowman. Good defense on the switch. Curtis with his 6'6 frame up against Manbeck, double clutches, and English is there. He misses the rebound. Good tip by Williams, nearly getting the shot to fall, and Curtis eventually comes up with it for his first rebound of the night. Curtis goes, looks for an open Austin, his back to the basket. Butcher, one more pass to Rolls. He picks up his dribble, interchanges with Butcher. Curtis lowers his shoulder, goes right into the torso of Bowman, and it's a foul by the 6'4", 6'5" sophomore. And Bowman, who according to Coach Roark, when we spoke in December, was affected by the flu, which has been running rampant across Kansas and the entirety of the United States, is now healthy on the road, and the Blue Comets need someone to mitigate some of that Dragons hype. But off the inbound, Butcher finds English. He'll bring the ball, double clutch it to his head, and he'll score. Dragons lead by 3, 17-14. Hernandez crosses over in front of him, going counterclockwise, picks up his dribble. Javon Grant, the freshman for the Dragons, also on the floor. Left block, turning around, Otis, and he's bumped on his way up. But Hernandez, good job to remain poised and composed while both Grant and English were sucking up all that airspace to find an open Otis who was fouled. 34 ticks left in the first. Otis will set his feet, both staggered, right foot in front of left, and he knocks down the first with his gold swish Nikes with a base white color. 17-15. Dragons up by 2, make it 1 as Otis converts. Javon Grant in the backcourt, good chest passes, he finds Rolfs. English posts up, right block. He takes a long lunge from that right block, just a bit extended outside of the block to the rim and finishes with the right hand. Full court press by the Dragons. Ty Bowman had a fingertip on it, and I think Trenton Austin was able to tip it away. And now for reference, Trenton Austin standing next to Ty Bowman, so in the matter of height, I think Ty Bowman clears that 6'5" height, so I'll bite my tongue from now on. Williams dribbles with his left hand, crosses over in front of his waist. Working with the sphere is Otis. He dribbles with his right hand. He interchanges with Hernandez. 5 ticks to go. Hernandez needs to get a shot up. 3 seconds left. Skip pass. Williams needs to set his feet. Right corner 3. Wow. It ricochets off the window as the buzzer sounds. 19 all as the first quarter ends. Anthony Williams with 5 points for the Blue Comets. And he had to get that one off quick. It was a high arcing shot in the trajectory, just enough to carry it to the window, off the glass, and gives the net a little wave. 19 all. Let's head to the top of the second after this 30-second commercial break here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
When the lights come up on Friday and Saturday nights at high schools and colleges across the region, it's often on a field built by Crossland Construction. Many Crossland employees played on those fields and were educated in the schools that are thriving parts of our communities today. Crossland is a proud supporter of area athletics and urges you to be a part of your local school community. Many of the athletes playing today may help Crossland build across our region in the future. Check out career opportunities at crossland.com. Crossland Construction, build you.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
Homecoming is typically sweet when you have a large lead on a visitor, but right now it's 19 all. The Chanute Blue Comets currently tied with the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons, who stand alone atop the SEK Conference with a 7-1 league record, 12-3 overall. Max Roark, his club 3-12, seeking just their second victory in the conference this year. So if they are able to pull out this win today with a lot left to play as we start the second, that would be a marquee win on them for the season. Kimberlin sells the head fake, and Marquis English swats it away. Raindrop, meet windshield, and then English dives into the locker room to save the ball. Curtis, right wing, head fake sold by Rolls. Jared Butcher straight away 3. Yes, sir! And the Purple Dragon fans enter frenzy mode. Half-court trap awaiting Corbett Kimberlin. He finds Hernandez following the three-pointer by Jarek Butcher. The Dragons 2 of 5 from deep, and a quick response as Nate Otis answers the call. A far corner 3 drops, back to 22 apiece. Curtis interchanges with Jarek Butcher, a snipe pass left wing to an open Rolfs. Rolfs brings it forehead level, asking for a high ball screen from Curtis, but instead a chest pass to an open Butcher, who's being harassed by Manbeck. He'll lob it up in the air, left corner, Rolfs is three, and now we're just trading baskets. This is silly. Drew Rolfs, 2-2 from downtown. Between the game against Independence and Parsons, he shot somewhere between 1 of 15 from behind the arc, maybe 1 of 14, but now is hit 2 consecutive as Curtis is able to grapple the rebound following a Manbeck missed 3. Butcher will slice inside between the left ring and the key, and the ball's jarred loose by Hernandez, out of bounds. Purple Dragons rock. Far side baseline, a stack set by the Dragons from the left block. Butcher scans, he has Javon Grant, the freshman, who had a good outing against Parsons, and Grant, undersized but tremendous speed. Rolfs works it around the perimeter, circling back to the point is Grant. The wagon circling around the perimeter as Wolf catches left corner. Back to Grant, who goes with a chest pass, torso level to Butcher. Right side short corner. Curtis, left corner, 3, off the back iron. Rolfs, Curtis offensive rebound. He's able to polish it off with a strong move. And Coach Kylie Rolfs stomping his feet, kind of tap dancing, saying, hey, let's get into position to press these guys. Otis catches, left wing, scoops it, high post, Manbeck, head fake. Right wing Otis squares himself, 3, back iron, and it's grappled by Curtis, who now has 4 points and 4 rebounds during homecoming. And English runs into Hernandez, who thought he set himself on the far wing, and he was barreled over by English. It's a blocking foul.
And Cameron, something to keep in mind, and something that happened in the first quarter, Gavin Elkaville was riding the bike over here to our right, just warming up, and now he's on the bench, but we have still not seen the sharpshooter.
And he has been, I think you said it best in pregame, plagued with what seems to be a leg injury. And not to speculate too much, but it was that left leg that he seemed to really favor during that Parsons game where he had a season-high 32 and a season-high 8 converted three-pointers. Butcher looks backside. English double team. He'll still score with the right hand. And he was double teamed. The defense collapsed on him, hooked the clamps on, but it's not enough to stop the very stringy 6-7 forward for PHS. Under 5:30 left in the half, a 7-point lead for the Dragons, 29-22. Grant defending Hernandez, who shows a bit of ambivalence before shoveling it backwards to Kimberlin. Trenton Austin to sub in. Chest pass Williams, his 3, no. And a foul away from the basketball, an offensive foul. It appealed to be on Aylward. It will be on Bryson Ellis instead. That is the 15th foul committed by the Blue Comets. Butcher goes to the bench. Austin comes in. So here's the really big lineup for the Dragons. They love to pound it inside. It'll be interesting to see who goes with the high-low action, though. If English will just patrol the perimeter, or will it be Curtis? Skip pass English, left corner, sells the head fake. Skip pass over the defense to Rolf's right corner. Power dribble by Curtis, who waltzes along the far baseline, trying to maintain his balance. Finds English. Grant, hesitation move, goes right into the chest of Corbett Kimberlin, and an offensive foul committed by the Dragons, and it's on Curtis. Curtis can't believe it. He's in disbelief as he has 2 now. And Coach Rolfs just allowing his senior to stay on the floor and hoping Chase Curtis will play with a bit more of an intelligent, conservative mentality. Bounce pass, Aylward interchanging with Corbett Kimberlin. Kimberlin spins away from Rolfs. Tough pull-off in traffic. Ball popped into the air by Williams. Offensive rebound right back up for Ellis. Excellent effort by Anthony Williams and Bryson Ellis. The 1-2 punch for the Blue Comets, drawing them within 5, 29-24. 4:15 left in the half. Rolfs catches, sets his feet, did not shoot the 3 as English goes inside the right wing. Scoops it backwards to an open Rolfs. No, Austin with the offensive rebound, and it's a foul on the floor. Austin with his first rebound of the contest. That's 2 fouls now on Ellis. And Ellis is second on the Blue Comets in scoring with 6 points, only trailing Kimberlin, who had a very good first quarter of play. Rolfs inbound, left side of the backboard, far side into the court. Austin wants him, but instead he finds Curtis. Right back to Rolf. He goes with a head fake, sells another head fake, right hand, and scores over Otis. Drew Rolfs, good job being patient underneath the basket, allowing the flyby to happen. by Hernandez. Then Otis tried to close out. He finished over the top with the right hand. Otis, speaking of which, is on the far side block, near into the court. Bounce pass, left quarter. Kimberlin scoops the basketball backwards. After the ice screen scoop pass, Otis hesitates, interchanges with Kimberlin, who wheels inside to the high post, crosses over from right to left, keeping his dribble alive. Tough pull-up, that's deflected by English. Austin on the break, dribbling with his left hand, has Grant, speed to the rim, does a circus windmill layup. Javon Grant, the freshman, showing out in front of a homecoming crowd. His first homecoming at the high school level. 9-point game, Dragons lead it. 3:15 left in the half, and now the fan base getting behind the Dragons. Left corner, Williams. Williams goes to work with a chest pass. Aylward, his three, drains it. Aylward, excellent shot as he squared up, did not rush his three, brought the ball to his chest, and then flicked. Austin catches far side up, works it back around. Rolfs really wanted to shoot that three, but instead has Austin taking a power dribble inside off the back iron, and Aylward with his first rebound of the contest. Austin misses his first shot. Corbett Kimberlin skips it to the left corner with it. Is Aylward crossing in between his legs, then in front of his body from left to right, going clockwise. Bounce pass from Williams to Hernandez. He has Grant on his hip. Hernandez looks, left corner, Williams on an island. His three rattles home. Williams has hit 2 threes, and Coach Rolfs not very pleased with his guys' closeouts on the perimeter as Chanute shot 5 of 6 from deep tonight. The Dragons just 3 of 7 and up 3 as Austin catches right block, following a pass from English and scores. And the Dragons just going back to basic. 35-30 the score. 2 minutes left in the half. Dragons up 5. Grant to defend Hernandez. Grant keeping pace with Hernandez, playing defense with his feet as he'll scoop the ball into the chest of Corbett Kimberlin, off of Kimberlin. Actually looks off of Grant. It will be Chanute basketball, but a timeout is used by Kylie Rolfs and the Dragons. Ty Bowman subs in for Chanute. We'll get back with more Purple Dragon action here in 30 seconds on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
When you get engaged and need to pay for the wedding, when you have a baby and need to start that college savings account, it seems like the best moments in life can come with some real financial challenges. What's yours? At Commerce Bank, we find solutions so you can focus on enjoying life. Visit us online at commercebank.com or at a branch near you. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted. Member FDIC.
Let's go back live courtside.
A shade under 2 remaining in the first half of action. 35-30 Dragons lead at home, and what is a tight contest. Avi, this is similar to the last time these two teams met in December, where it was just a game separated by 10 points going into the locker room. I think this is a bit more an offensive output for both clubs, as last time they combined just for 56 points on the scoreboard, 65 combined points, but a 5-point edge for the Dragons at home during homecoming. A far side out for Hernandez in the blue Comets. A stack set towards the far elbow, bounce past the Manbeck, who dribbles with his right hand. Manbeck operating with no screen, defended by English. Chest pass right wing to Williams, who's knocked down 2 threes. Williams defended by Butcher. Butcher will try to funnel him to his right and towards the baseline, but instead it's Manbeck, center of the court, inside the key to Ty Bowman. Speeds past Marquis English, but a foul. And Ty Bowman, talk about an athlete in the Southeast Kansas League, the quarterback for the football team, as discussed in the first quarter, but really good sophomore year for Chanute. Coach Shields and company doing a fantastic job over there as Bowman will set waist level, flicks, and converts his first free throw. Bowman with his second opportunity as his left foot leads his right. His right foot flared out a bit to the right side away from the goal, and the second free throw takes a healthy, hardy Chanute bounce off the lip of the iron and goes through. 3-point lead for the Dragons, 35-32. Skip pass by Grant, left wing to an open Butcher. Rolfs looks high post. English defended by Bowman. Left wing, head fake by Butcher, trying to get Aylward to jump off of his feet. English, left wing, holsters the ball underneath his right underarm. As Butcher will reverse back out, and Coach Rolfs barking power, power, and he'll look low for Trenton Austin, who takes 2 power dribbles and goes straight up and finishes. Full court press by the Dragons again, and it is a little 1-3-1. Williams skips it to the backside. Ty Bowman almost mishandles the basketball near the right corner. Williams works it around the horn. Elward wide open. Left corner three. No. Loose ball tracked down by Elward following his miss, but it's knocked out of his hands by Rolfs. Butcher goes into the body of Hernandez. High arcing lay-in. No. Rolfs misses his first lay-in. English on the weak side. Lobs it up. No. Butcher tied up with Ty Bowman. Bowman and Butcher battling for the held ball. Coach Rolfs wanting a held ball. 18 ticks to go. A 5-point ball game in the first half. 37-32. Dragons up 5. Bounce pass by Hernandez. Jab step to the left by Manbeck. Back to Hernandez. 9 seconds to go. Hernandez will operate. 5 seconds left. Back to the basket. Bowman. Right short corner 2. Swishes it home. And at halftime we have a 3-point contest. 37-34. And a fun one inside Pittsburg High School main gymnasium during homecoming. A 3-point contest and a tough SCK matchup. We will step aside for 2 minutes, come back with first half stats and more here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SCK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SCK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SCK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter, names and numbers.
The true test of a great insurance agency comes when you suffer a loss. It's easy to take your premiums, but Ray Ryan of Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh knows that handling your claim is the most important service an insured needs.
Claim is our chance to let the customer know that we'll be out there, not just that we sold them a policy, we'll also be there when a claim occurs to make sure it gets handled in an honest, respectable way.
Ryan Insurance of Pittsburgh, a trusted choice agency. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Customer first, safety always. It's not just a tagline, it's the Watco way. By focusing on safety, each and every day they build a future by protecting their customers, team members, community, and the environment. When Watco moves commodities by rail, river, and road, at home or across North America and Australia, their priority is to ensure that they deliver their loads safely and on time. Watco wishes all area teams a safe and successful season.
At Lindbergh Pharmacy, we care about your health. From a qualified and caring staff to services like our Time My Meds and MedPack programs, Lindbergh Pharmacy provides personalized service you can count on. Refill prescriptions online at lindberghpharmacy.com or on your smartphone with our free Lindbergh Pharmacy mobile app. You can also sign up for our text alert program and we'll text or email you when your prescription is ready. Can't make it to us? We'll deliver your medications right to your door. Lindbergh Pharmacy, now 2 locations to serve you.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
The Pittsburg High School dance team during homecoming looks straight out of the movie Step Up with white caps and some nice Adidas joggers. It's not very nice on the scoreboard, though, in favor of the Purple Dragons still, but it's 37-34 PHS at home over the Chanute Blue Comets. Avi Sharma, so we went back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you. Chanute with a fantastic first half effort, Avi. Corbett Kimberlin led the charge with 8 points. In addition, Bryson Ellis with 6 points. Before we delve deeper into that, we are joined by Pittsburg High School girls basketball coach Chris Krotz following a fantastic win over the Chanute Blue Comets, who gave this team a little bit of problems back in December in a double overtime victory, 46-39. Coach, first question I have to ask, how nice does it feel to win at home during homecoming?
Yeah, it feels good. There's always a little bit of extra added pressure there, but a little bit bigger crowd, and you don't want to disappoint. The girls came out and played good defense, got the win.
You don't disappoint. Look at this ensemble you got here. You had the nice little fade, kind of like G-Eazy. You have a nice little tie. This is a good look. I like it. But in terms of a good look, how about your bench that have stepped up lately? Ella Hendrickson, she's earning a lot more minutes. Sophia Penamani, a new season high at 11 points after scoring a season high Tuesday against Parsons. Just talk about the development of your bench over the course of this season.
Yeah, I just think they're gaining some confidence. Had a young bench, and they're getting to play more. And as the seasons progress, they just gain confidence. And I think, too, a lot of it goes down to, early on, new sets, new offense, new plays, and it's just, you're in your head thinking of where you got to go first, and then now they kind of just know where to go, and they get to go play basketball. And I think they've really benefited from that.
Well, Coach, I think the aspect of the game that your team has benefited from the most is the defensive end. You talk about a week in, week out. How did you feel about the performance tonight?
Yeah, I thought that we played good defense tonight. I think the thing that we've learned along the way is that, good defense doesn't have to be flashy. It doesn't have to be, gambling and making steals. And even though that is good and that happens out of it, but sometimes it's just having good fundamentals, keeping your girl in front, helping the helper, just the basics, and then sealing the deal with good rebound. And I feel like they did that tonight. Just played good old boring defense.
Well, sometimes that's the best, Coach. I don't know if you've heard, but you guys are 4-5 in the Southeast Kansas Conference League right now. Labette County loses tonight to Fort Scott in an overtime thriller. So right now there's an opportunity for your girls to finish inside the top 3 of the Southeast Conference League. First year as head coach, that has to be extremely commendable for you and your girls. I mean, that's fantastic.
Well, like I said, we just take care of what we can and go in and try to win each game, kind of just look forward to the next one. And, if they keep, playing like they have been, we should, hopefully be in the game here in the next 3 games. And, if we play defense like we're capable and put together some offense, maybe we got a chance to win a few more.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time. And, again, congratulations on the 46-39 win today over Chanute.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Once again, Chris Krotz, head girls basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons, just 1 game away from reaching 500 on the season after starting a good amount under 500. I'll put it at that. But at intermission, the score 37-34. And, Avi, to go back to the point we made prior to Coach Krotz joining us, how about the effort from Chanute in that first half? And I think that was the operative word I just used, effort. There was a lot of nitty-gritty action from this Chanute team that did not back down from the challenge of trying to contain Trenton Austin, Marquis English, and Chase Curtis, all of whom are above 6'6".
Well, Cameron, after getting the headset back from Coach Krotz, I thought I'd get the hairstyle like he did, but I don't know. I guess it didn't turn out that way. But anyways, you're absolutely correct. It's a big moment here. It's the senior night, if you will, for PHS and homecoming. Chanute doesn't care. They don't care what's going on tonight. All they care about is a victory, and that's what they came here to do. They came here to take care of business, what needs to be done, and they're down by 3 right now, and they're playing a heck of a ball game. And so is PHS. You got to credit it. They're both balling out, if you will. I think it's a good offensive battle. Both teams are drilling it from 3 land. I think the big difference right now is the inside guys of PHS. When they get inside and they got that one-on-one matchup, they are going to go up and take that easy layup chance if they can. So size is definitely a big factor right now, but you can't look past that because nobody can shut down the three-point game for Chanute. They're just hitting lights out. PHS is trying to stay there with them. That's what's keeping Chanute in this ballgame.
To those 2 points, the bigs for the Dragons in Curtis, English, and Austin have combined for 20 first-half points. That's 20 of the team's 37, so more than half of their output. Nashville Chanute, 5 of 6 from downtown. To the effect of Chanute, they really have not stuck in a zone. They try to play man-to-man and relied on their help defense from Ty Bowman, who's earned pretty good minutes, and Corbett Kimberlin. And as for the Dragons, they're not closing out on the perimeter. What needs to change in order for the Dragons to close out better?
Well, I think the main thing is that they're trying to hurry back from the press defense that they're trying to get. The full court press, it's not working out for them right now, so they get back. And when they get back, they're not closing out enough time because they're trying to hustle back in time to stop the three-point shooting, but it's not happening so far, so maybe a quick adjustment like that. And again, Cameron, no Gavin Elkamil. That's a huge, huge implication so far in this game. Gavin, he opens up the bench a little bit more for you to have an extra player come off there, so less energy, if you will. And without him out there, he's the floor leader. You saw it on Tuesday, so that's a big thing. So people like Javon Grant's going to have to step up, and we saw that with him. Grant did a great job driving in and being a solid point guard, like I mentioned before the game even started. But again, these bench players are going to have to come in huge for this Purple Dragon team.
A lot of seniors being acknowledged on homecoming from the dance team, cheer team, band, and some other athletics, including the Scholars Bowl, and it's a very heart-filled sight to see.
Absolutely.
All the parents with their child students at PHS, and we talked with Jeff Staley, the athletic director for the Dragons. He said he's never been quite like at a place such as PHS. and the community, he says he loves it. His family has felt so welcome, and I think it kind of speaks volumes seeing all the parents on the floor right now with their children. And let's quickly go over those first half stats, and we'll toss it to break. For the Dragons, Chase Curtis, 4 points, 4 rebounds. He leads everybody in rebounds right now with those 4 respective boards. Alex Kafka, who started tonight's game as a senior, 4 points, 2 rebounds. Javon Grant has 2 points off a terrific double clutch lay-in. Drew Rolfs, 8 points in the contest on 2 of 3 shooting from downtown. Gavin Elkamil not in the lineup tonight, but I doubt we'll see him at all as he's on the bike right now to our right inside of Pittsburg High School. Marquis English, 8 points. Jarek Butcher, 3 points. Trenton Austin, 8 points. And as for Max Roark's Blue Comets, Bryson Ellis, 6 points and a rebound. Michael Aylward, 3 points and a rebound. 5 points scored by Nate Ottis, and he knocked down a 3-pointer. 4 points by Ty Bowman off the bench. 8 points by Anthony Williams off the bench, including 2 of 2 from downtown. And Corbett Kimberlin, 8 points and 2 rebounds as well. And with that, we will step aside 2 minutes and come back with some final notes ahead of the second half of action. You're listening to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Hi, this is Dr. Brent Cousins with SEK Urgent Care. When you're sick, when you're injured, or when you just don't feel like yourself, SEK Urgent Care is here for you. Let our skilled providers treat your non-life-threatening illness or injury at a fraction of the time and cost of an ER visit. Located at the corner of Centennial and Broadway in the Meadowbrook Commons. Open 7 days a week for your convenience. SEK Urgent Care, where your family and time matter. Find us fast on names and numbers.
When you get engaged and need to pay for the wedding, when you have a baby and need to start that college savings account, it seems like the best moments in life can come with some real financial challenges. What's yours? At Commerce Bank, we find solutions so you can focus on enjoying life. Visit us online at commercebank.com or at a branch near you. Commerce Bank, challenge accepted. Member FDIC.
What does it take to have a truly positive reputation? At Vogel Heating and Cooling, we know reputation is earned by consistent performance, by serving our customers' best interest, by providing top quality, energy efficient ream equipment and service for Southeast Kansas homeowners. Vogel Heating and Cooling is a Ream Factory authorized dealer and has been serving the area for over 20 years. Turn to the experts. Turn to Vogel Heating and Cooling.
Bittner Motors is proud to announce that it is now Pittsburgh's new dealer for the Hustler line of zero-turn lawnmowers. Hustler has manufactured its trademark yellow mower for over 50 years, with each mower being built right here in the U.S. Hustler combines the innovative American spirit with a do-it-right work ethic to produce the best line of zero-turn mowers on the market. Call Mike Bittner at 620-232-1530 or stop by today at 1018 North Broadway in Pittsburgh to check out the Hustler line of zero-turn mowers. Hustler Mowers, made in America at Bittner Motors, Pittsburgh.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
And we welcome you back here to Pittsburg High School. Our score 37-34. The Purple Dragons have the lead over the Blue Comets. My partner in crime, Cameron Molina, took off, so I got to take over the show. Just kidding, he's right back here for you. Cameron, you didn't miss much, buddy. Just brought back the introduction. Both teams getting ready to hit the floor. We're looking forward to a very exciting second half right now as we saw a thrilling first half. We'll see if the live and die by the three-point game is going to work or the inside game is going to work.
I think you're exactly right there, Ravi. In the first half, Purple Dragons really relying on their front court to step up. Trenton Austin with 8 points. 8 points scored by Marquis English and 4 by Chase Curtis, combined 20 points. But don't discount Drew Rolls and his ability to stretch the floor. He was 2 of 3 from deep for 8 points. And for Chanute, relying on that 3 ball, as you said, 5 of 6 from downtown. I think he brought up another shrewd point about the bench. You have Javon Grant and you have Isaac Leverance, Kafka, and Gromer available for tonight. And in case you need a Weimers, but in a 3-point ball game, there haven't been very many fouls outside of Curtis's fouls. It kind of draws the question of who steps in if Curtis gets more than 3 fouls in this quarter. Is it Leverance at that point or is it Gromer? And we'll see here, I'm sure pretty shortly, if Curtis gets into that foul trouble, as Hernandez will start the third quarter with the ball in the backcourt. He dribbles across the timeline, finds Kimberlin at the point, and from the arch, Hernandez fakes left after the interchanging possession of the basketball. Kimberlin, chest pass to his left. Hernandez is open. Butcher comes to close out. English there. Good defense trying to force Manbeck back outside the perimeter as he was inside the horseshoe. Manbeck jabs left, attacks right, looks inside, and Ellis curls to the lane and scores. And Bryson Ellis, such an intelligent cutter as he read where the ball was going and then took off. Beeline from the top of the key through the middle of the lane and made himself readily available to Manbeck and Kimberlin. At the point, Curtis seeks out an open Dragon, and right now a double team in the low post against English. High ball screen set against Austin. Good defense right now. The 2-3 zone by Chanute. High post is English. He's double team. Power dribble goes into the chest of Ellis and scores over said Ellis. English 5 of 5 from the floor, 10 points to his name as Hernandez dribbles with his left hand, the sphere across the timeline now. With his left and right compression shorts, it is Hernandez who lobs a pass over right corner to Kimberlin. Bounce pass, a one-hopper to Manbeck, who crosses from left to right, has English on his left tip, and then Otis tries to uncork a trifecta from the far corner, and Curtis swats it into the stands. Fan was a bit disappointed to give the basketball back to the official. Inbound by Hernandez. Bounce passes into the deepest portion of the front court where Manbeck's at. Defended by Austin, a bit slow with his foot speed. Manbeck goes into English. He leaves it short as English is able to put clamps on the board. Dribbling with his right hand into the front court, inside the key, across the right elbow, left corner, three, no. English offensive board, power dribble, goes up through the thicket of arms, scores +1. And Chase Curtis shouts a barbaric screech in front of a homecoming crowd. 41-36 the score. Marquee English, an efficient 6 of 6 and 2 rebounds on the night. English to the bar. He'll take 2 dribbles, spins the ball near the waist, sets his arm, brings the elbow to his forehead, flicks and scores. Kimberlin facing a half-court trap, and again it's kind of a 1-2-1, and the Dragons trying to funnel the ball handler into a corner near midcourt and try to trap. Austin defending Manbeck. He'll step through and finds Corbin Kimberlin. Corbin Kimberlin goes to work, dribbling with his left hand, and as he initiates the offense, no look pass to Hernandez, who's swatted from behind by Austin. The late whistle is blown. That is a foul committed by Trenton Austin, the team's first of this second half, and it's Austin's second.
Austin, that'll be his second personal foul, the first team on Pittsburg.
42-36 is the score. Dragons lead it by 6. That's whittled down to 5 as Hernandez is able to cap one through. Hernandez is second. He knocks that one down, and a correction. Hernandez just goes 1 of 2 from the line. I thought he knocked down the first one. Right corner. Butcher steps through. Right elbow is Curtis. Near side portion of the court. Flashes to the basketball as English 3 steps away from the basket. He misses the floater. Curtis offensive rebound and hoists it back through the bottom of the nylon. Chase Curtis, a strong finish as he strong-armed his way to the rack. Curtis now a solid 3 of 4 from the field. Ball poked up into the air by Rolfs. Rolfs and English trapping the corner against Manbeck. Manbeck picks up his dribble, sails a pass over the head of Butcher and English. Kimberlin going to work on Butcher, sells the head fake, steps through, right corner, Manbeck, his 3, rattles it home.
3-point basket by number 4,
Mason Manbeck, 3 points on the night now. 44-40 to score. 4-point contest, Dragons lead. Curtis wheels to the basketball. He blows a bunny, but Trenton Austin is there for the offensive rebound, and he's fouled. And Chase Curtis, talk about missing. Give me. That one was an inch away from the rim. He just had to lay it in as he curled inside of the key from the far elbow to the near elbow to the block, and I think he just took too long of a route. You really don't need a protractor to check how far he went out because he was a bit outside of the key. His right foot was at least, and had to kind of lean into it. Ty Bowman will check in, as will Michael Aylward. Going to the bench, Ellis and Otis. 4-point lead for the Dragons. Trenton Austin takes 2 dribbles, spins the ball, sets it waist level, rises up, and finishes the free throw. And Trenton Austin will sub out. Javon Grant will come in. Inbound for Chanute. Ailman gets it into the backcourt. Hernandez wants the backcourt to clear out. He wants a one-on-one against Grant. He'll take it left, off the left hip of Grant. Looks backside. Excellent cut by Ty Bowman, who darts, flanking Hernandez, and scores with his right hand. Good read by Hernandez. At the point, Curtis, he'll dribble with his right. Butcher to his right as well. And Rolfs, right corner 3. That one dances off the rim and out. Elward with his second rebound of the night, and Rolfs misses his second 3 of the contest. He's now 2 of 4 from downtown. Manbeck dribbles with his offhand, spins in front of English. Thought he had an edge on English with those long legs. Give him enough space to recover. Bounce pass Hernandez. He'll attack backdoor. Goes up right-handed, and a late foul is called. It should be on English if it's 2 shots.
You're calling Jarek.
Well, the thing about Butcher was he bumped him on the floor. He bumped Hernandez on his way to the basket, not in the process of shooting. That's why I thought it should have been on English instead. But Butcher earning his first and the team's second. Hernandez 1 of 2 from the line. His first shot dances off the lip of the iron, then glances off the flange and out it goes. Williams will come in. Manbeck sits down for the Blue Comets. Hernandez, his follow-up shot, that one clings home. As it pinged off the back iron and then went through the bottom of the net. It's 45-43. Dragons up 2, skip pass by Grant, left corner. Butcher squares his body, and it's off the front of the iron. Rebound by Grant, right hand floater, saucers around and goes through.
Basketball number 10, Javon Grant.
So Grant, 2 of 2 from the field, and a rebound. 3:30 left in the third, 47-43 the score. Williams has it left corner. The baby blue wearing Blue Comets trying to go to work. Corbett Kimberlin bumped into by English near block. And that is the 4th team foul committed by the Dragons. And the second on English. Scratch that 3rd team foul by the Dragons. Hernandez scans. Wraparound bounce pass in front of Grant, who was defending on the inbound. Williams catches, has Kimberlin, right wing. Skip over the top of the defense to an open Elward. Elward, another pass fake, trying to deke out Curtis, and Curtis right in the grill of Elward. Kimberlin trying to size up Rolfs, gets Rolfs to jump. Hernandez mishandles the basketball. A little bit of butter on it. High ball screen set by Bowman. Hernandez doesn't use it. He'll take 2 dribbles towards the right ring. Head fake by Elward, left corner pull-up, defended by English. Good defense by the Dragon, but Kimberlin, head fake, weak side, Williams, high floater goes. Excellent defensive stand by the Dragon that slightly imploded because of one player in Kimberlin giving his team a second chance. High post, Curtis, head fake, his boys trailing, or rather leading by 2. 2:30 left in the third, Grant. Staring down the barrel of the 2-1-2 zone. Rolfs, right arm pass to English, left wing Butcher, snipes a pass, Curtis, right hand double clutch basket. And Chase Curtis has done well inside of about 3 feet. He has 8 points and 6 rebounds. Kimberlin crosses over left to right, hesitates, left short corner, Bowman decides not to uncork it. Williams, left wing 3, no, but Ty Bowman, the offensive rebound, scoops it, but Grant's there for the steal. Great read by the freshman who backs it outside of the perimeter. Trailing is Curtis, high post, finds Rolfs, head fake. Thought he had English, who was posted up on Ty Bowman. English catches, double team, steps through and is fouled. English really forcing his way inside, and the bastion of Chanute cracking slightly under the pressure of the tall front court for the Dragons. A 4-point lead by PHS with 1:42 left in the third. 49-45, PHS with the advantage. English spins the ball waist level, sets at the nose and scores. 50 points on the night for the Dragons. Audis checks in, as does Manbeck for Ty Bowman and Elward. 3 team fouls on both sides. English, his follow-up shot off the back iron. Hernandez kept it alive. Rolfs nearly comes in with the offensive rebound, but it falls gracefully into the hands of Kimberlin, who has been quiet scoring since the first quarter. He had 8 points in the first quarter. 50-45 to score, and a foul on the floor. Dragons with the 5-point lead, and it's on Javon Grant. Inbound left side of the backboard. Far side baseline for Hernandez. He scans, cross screen set by Otis, freeing up Williams. Otis will catch, right wing extended. With the rock is Manbeck, going to work on Butcher. Crosses over from right to left, goes near side short corner with under 1:30 left in the third quarter. Kimberlin currently being rained down by claps and shouts from the PHS student section. Williams, right wing, takes a step back outside the perimeter after attacking near the right circle. Inside the circles, high post, Kimberlin pull up to loose ball, offensive rebound for Manbeck. Kimberlin steps into a 3 and swishes it in the face of English. Score 50-48. Dragons up 2 with 48 ticks left in this third quarter of play. Left corner, Butcher answering back. Yes, as that one rattles home. And Butcher teed it up and drove it through the bottom of the nylon. 5-point game once again. Butcher, 50% from behind the arc at 2 of 4 from deep. Kimberlin will size up Rolfs with under 30 ticks to go. Rolfs will not come out to contest Kimberlin. He says, I'm more than content with you running down the clock. Then comes out to greet Kimberlin and initiate the 5 seconds. Kimberlin, defended by Rolfs still. 13 ticks to go. Kimberlin will now say, let's execute this half-court set. He'll size up Rolfs. Takes Rolfs off the bounce. No look pass to Otis. Otis in traffic. Can't convert. Curtis, half-court heave. Nearly a spectacular half-court finish. The quarterback hung in the air. An acrobatic cockback with the basketball and slung it and ricocheted off the backboard, then off the back iron. It nearly went in. My goodness. Chase Curtis, the power forward, with a lot of strength, and we head to the fourth quarter. A fun SEK bout, neither team leaving the ring until all 12 rounds have come to a conclusion. 53-48, Dragons up 5. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and bring you back to the beginning of the fourth quarter here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
No one wants to file for bankruptcy, but a wage garnishment can make it hard to pay the rent, pay the pharmacy, or even feed the family. Bankruptcy can be a viable option to help families cope with unfortunate and unforeseen financial hardship. Call Steve Stockert at Wilbert & Towner, 620-231-5620 for a consultation to find out if bankruptcy is the right choice for you and your family. Call today. Wilbert & Towner, a full-service law firm, 620-231-5620. We are a debt relief agency, helping people find the relief they need in bankruptcy.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
And we welcome you back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, 53-48. Dragons during homecoming have a 5-point edge over the visiting Blue Comets, who last time these two teams clashed in December rolled over in the second half in favor of PHS. But really competing with this Dragon squad that's shorthanded without Gavin Elkamil. Right wing Javon Grant skips it over the top of the baby blue outfitted Chanute Blue Comet players. Butcher looks low and English scores on the left block. English 16 points, 2 rebounds on the night. Cortland Kimberlin will go with 11 points on the night and 4 rebounds. Sells the head fake at the top of the yard. Wraparound pass to Hernandez, who's towards the far short corner. Kimberlin sizes up Grant, flies through the thicket of traffic. A high arcing right hand floater drops for Kimberlin. 13 points for Kimberlin and 4 rebounds. Dribbling is Grant, slings a pass, far side wing. Jarek Butcher wanting Grant to go to his right where Austin's at, so Austin can attack. Austin sells a head fake in the right corner. Butcher flares open left wing again. Hernandez a bit late on the rotation, but Butcher will not take advantage of it. Austin, 2 jab steps to his left. A floated pass over to the left of Grant where Butcher catches. In front of the student section is Grant, the freshman, on the left wing. at the top of the arch. English rotates it back to Austin with under 6:40 left in the fourth, 55-50 to score. Dragons lead by 5. And Coach Rolfe starting to bark out orders. And Curtis trying to direct Butcher to go to his right. So from the left wing, it is Butcher with the ball towards his chin. Backside, and Austin with a big and one alley-oop! Wow! Da-da-da, da-da-da! What a fantastic play, and it was so perfectly. Butcher was on the left wing. Curtis, left elbow. English was just in the middle of the lane. He flashed up. Austin on the backside with the alley-oop emphatic jam. And then Otis bumps into Austin. My goodness. And all sense of a poster. And Austin completes the and one. My golly. Student section getting behind it now, and Otis tries to respond with the three. I don't really think you can come back from that, though. Otis, after the missed three, it's a rebound, an offensive foul by Butcher. He lowered his shoulder into Manbeck. A good call by the official as Butcher tried to generate some separation between he and the Chanute defender by using that shoulder. That is illegal. 58-50 to score. Dragons up a. How about the highlight reel? ESPN top 10 play by Trenton Austin back at 30 ticks with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Don't miss the live radio auction Saturday, February 24th, starting at 8 a.m. here on ESPN 100.7. Also broadcast on My Country 101.7 and KWXD 103.5. We will have farm and ag products, soybeans, equipment, and more, plus food plots for those deer hunters, recliners, mattresses, meat bundles, generators, and the list keeps growing. If your business would like to get involved with the radio auction, you can call 620-232-5993 for more info. To get your business on the area's largest radio auction, covering Southwest Missouri and Southeast Kansas. February 24th at 8 a.m. Don't miss it.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
And a very welcome back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7. If you are just joining us on the dial or on our web stream at ESPN100.7.com, Avi Sharma, Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio. Cam Molina with you. Kimberlin misses a pull-up, 8-foot jump shot, rebounded by Curtis. He looks for Grant, slings a pass, right wing, rolls his trifecta, no. Curtis, another offensive rebound, and he forks it back through. The stick in tough, but Curtis tougher. Hernandez will handle the ball handling duties. He crosses over from left to right. Kimberlin dribbling left-handed, defended by Rolfes. He looks back door for an open Otis, but Otis was still tagged by Curtis. Near side short corner, it's Bryson Ellis defending. He'll set a high ball screen for Manbeck. Double clutches and foul.
On Marquis.
And it's on English. And they're probably going to get him in the act of shooting, although that was not the intention of Manbeck. He tried to go with the double clutch pass. The officials, good eyes as they notice that. It's just a foul on the floor in essence. That's 3 on English. Also the team's 6th. Inbound by Hernandez, about 4 steps away from the top of the arch to Kimberlin, who goes to the right foot up, follow-away shot, and that one's no good. Tough floater. English, 3rd rebound of the night. Grant, chest pass, right wing. English scans, looks short corner to Austin, but instead has Rolfes left wing off the skip pass. Near side short corner to far side short corner goes Austin as the ball is worked around the perimeter. Right corner 3, English long as that one sails Austin. Offensive rebound, and he finishes through traffic. Again, another tough stick back with these Dragons forwards. So gritty and tough inside of about 4 or 5 feet. Tough finish for Ellis over the top of Rolfes and English. Ellis 5 of 5 from the floor tonight as he has 10 points and a rebound. It's 62-52. Dragons lead by 10, but 4:30 left in this contest. Avi, plenty of game still left to be played, and you cannot commend Chanute enough for coming into a hostile territory following a road loss to Altamont by 4 points, in which they led by halftime. Have the confidence and the energy to play this team during their homecoming and give the Dragons all they can handle.
Yeah, well, Cameron, I talked about it. I said if Chanute wants to be in this game, they can't worry about the game that they just had. on Tuesday, and obviously that's the case because they are put that way behind them, and they're playing a great game tonight. But the main question is, Cameron, can they stop the inside threat? Right now, it is just a dominant performance by Austin, Marquis, and Chase Curtis inside. They are getting anything they want because of their physical power. Chanute's got to keep them outside because their 3-game isn't that successful so far in this second half, so they're going to have to do something to make big stops.
40 of the team's 62 points for the Dragons have come from their front court from a combination of Curtis, English, and Austin. As the Dragons will have Grant, the freshman, waltz across the midcourt line. And again, this time the defense switches. It will still be a 1-3-1. It goes from a 2-1-2, so kind of like a triangle and 2 to a 1-3-1. Left wing rolls, pass fake to the left where English is at. English on an island left corner, hesitates with 4 minutes left in the contest. Curtis spins, right hand finish inside. And it's a 12-point contest now. Dragons lead it, and Chase Curtis has had himself a night during homecoming. 12 points, 8 rebounds. He's flirting with a double-double. Left wing, Manbeck. Defended by Austin, will attack right. Right elbow pull-up, tough shot from Manbeck, but he seemed to be really relaxed with that shot. Really technically sound move. 10-point ball game again. Grant, chest pass, English mishandles it. Corbett Kimberlin nearly forces the turnover. Left corner rolls, hesitates, gets the defense to slide over late. Ty Bowman thought about taking the charge, but it's a good last-second pull away and right-hand floater by Rolfs, who has 10 in the contest. Another senior for the Dragons. Corbett Kimberlin dribbles to his left at the high post, looks for the backdoor cutter, and Manbeck, who sells the head fake, and it's deflected by English off the face of Bowman, and a foul by Manbeck. So the Blue Comets' Manbeck picks up his first, the team's 5th. Grant goes to the bench for the Dragons. Butcher comes back in. Butcher with the sphere in his hands. Dribbles from right to left. The seams touching his fingertips. And the Dragon Band section waiting around with bated breath for the conclusion of this game to start playing again. Weak side grapple by Austin following a Curtis post feed. He loses it, last touch by Williams.
Did you see Williams though?
No.
He just completely hurdled the bench over here, landed perfectly, didn't fall or anything. Great effort.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
He would score 10 in the Winter Olympics, yeah. That was too easy on my part. Curtis interchanges with Rolfs, and Rolfs kind of hit off the shoulder and jaw by Manbeck, who's extremely aggressive.
Yep.
And then Manbeck, bewilderment on his face, is like, how was that a foul? That was pretty easy for the official to call. That's the 16th foul by the Blue Comets.
Him and Rolfs are talking. Rolfs is like, yeah, that was a foul.
And Rolfs still jarring with Manbeck, and the official is telling Bowman now that he's playing way too tight. 17 foul by Chanute, and a 1-and-1, and Chanute has allowed the discipline to deteriorate in the last 15 seconds. Curtis talking with Manbeck behind the arc, and I think they're still talking about the foul. English's free throw, yes. English now with 17 on the night, a chance to hit the 80% mark. 4-5 here with his white socks with black Nike swishes. English goes 2 of 2. He's 4 of 5 from the line, 18 points, 3 rebounds. He leads all scorers on the night. Past the timeline goes Kimberlin. He crosses over right to left. Looks, right corner. Bowman squares up. His 3, short, tipped up into the air by Elwood, and then Kimberlin saves it. That was a dangerous play by Kimberlin. His foot was caught in between the bleachers, nearly rolling an ankle, potentially even worse. Rebound by Butcher, pressure in the backcourt. Curtis asking for some help. Curtis scans, has Butcher as the defense falls back for Chanute. Curtis at the apex of the arch, scans, finds Rolfs. Rolfs tells English to go to the right corner. Rolfs with his left compression shin brace. Defended by Kimberlin. Left wing, Butcher. Backside, Austin somehow catches it. Foul and 1. Austin is an and 1 machine. 16 points, 4 rebounds, and his 3rd trip to the line tonight. As Bowman subs out, first foul on Williams, and not a lot Williams could do with about a 6-inch difference in height and quite a bit of strength. 16-point lead for the Dragons. They're largest of the contest as Aylward goes to the bench. Otis comes in. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter of action. I think Coach Rolfs is telling the official I'll be using a timeout soon to bring in my seniors again. As Austin's free throw, the laces spin in the air and fall through. And a timeout used by Coach Rolfs. Trenton Austin has had a magnificent night, a 17-point outing, a season high, 4 rebounds, and 1 monstrous highlight reel. Alley-oop back in 30 seconds with your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
Does your current checking account pay you up to $15 per month? With Common Sense Checking at University Bank, you can earn up to $15 per statement cycle, 10 cents for each swipe after the first 15 swipes. Qualifying is so easy. Simply have 1 direct deposit or auto payment plus 15 debit card purchases each statement cycle and a $100 opening deposit. Stop by the bank for more information about our Common Sense Checking. Then swipe and save. It's convenience that pays at University Bank. Branch GMB, member FDIC.
High school basketball on ESPN 100.7.
And Murray, welcome back to your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7, alongside Avi Sharma, Shelby White, who is always a fantastic board op, Cam Molina with you. 2:03 left in the contest, 71-54, Dragons lead it by 17. And Avi, we've seen this Dragon team struggle offensively in the first half, but turn it around in the third, and especially in this fourth quarter of action, looking low in the post as Trenton Austin, Marquis English, and Chase Curtis have led the way. Between Trenton Austin and Marquis English, 35 combined points. You toss in Chase Curtis, that's 47 of the team's 71 points on the night. 2 minutes left in the contest. Manbeck dribbling with his right hand. Sphere in his gloves. He'll attack, goes to the right block, scoops it outside to Williams. To Kimberlin, defended by Rolfs. Good beeline pass to an open Ellis, who misses. Offensive rebound, still can't convert as English was able to get a fingertip on it. Now English looks for an outlet. Instead, he'll take it on his own accord. Rolfs goes up left-handed. He scores. Good assist by English. Great finish by Rolfs on the break. Kimberlin dials up a deep three and nearly gets a friendly Blue Comet hop, but instead it will fall into the hands of Ellis, who goes up, and then Curtis with a waffle boarding swat. Curtis finds Grant with 1:15 left in the contest, and I think this one is done. 19-point lead for the Dragons, 73-54. Grant, sling pass, right wing. Rolfs defended by Kimberlin. Bounce pass to Butcher over the top of Kimberlin from Butcher to Rolfs. 60 seconds left in the contest, and the Dragons will earn their 13th victory on the year. 8-1 of the Southeast Kansas Conference. It will take on Fort Scott in Tiger Country on Tuesday. Butcher double clutch, works baseline and scores. Pull-up 2 does not go from Williams. And now the student section for the Dragons cheering and chanting, hey, hey, goodbye.
Number 4, Mason Manbeck. That'll be his third personal foul, the 9th team on Chanute. In the game for Chanute, number 5, Matthew Hernandez, and number 12, Ty Bowman.
A good outing for the Dragons as they will bring in their senior players, 5, 15, 25, all multiples of 5. And they work together so well. Alex Kapka, Dalton Gromer, and Isaac Leverance come back in. They were treated to a very welcoming student section as they started tonight. During homecoming, it was a senior-laden lineup for the Dragons that featured Curtis, Kafka, Leverance, Gromer. And I'm trying to think of who else started tonight.
It was Kafka, Leverance, Gromer.
Curtis started.
Curtis and Rolfs.
Curtis and Rolfs, that's correct. It was Rolfs. He was. I forgot. I keep forgetting he is a senior. Curtis comes out, and Brett Weimer's the junior guard will sub in. As Ty Bowman goes to the free throw line, 75-54 is the score, and Bowman has a 1-and-1 opportunity. He'll set, nose level, flicks, and scores. He is shooting his 4th attempt here in just a second. as a legion of backup players for the Dragons look to close out the remaining 30 seconds. Bowman goes 2-2. And the student section cheering out names. Kafka catches left wing, he'll reverse out. There's no reason to really try to go and score. Grant catches the freshman far side wing, and it's a 1-2-1 trap by Chanute. Good feed by Grant. Pass fake by Leverett. He looks for Gromer, right block. No. 10 seconds left in the ball game. 75-56 the score. Dragons leading by 19. Inbound from Gromer. He scans. He'll tell Grant to go deeper into the front court. Brett Weimer catches. Left corner. Skips it over the top of the head of Leverett, and it's a turnover. Not the highest note to end on, but regardless, the Dragons will pull out a double-digit victory over SEK foe Chanute. Hernandez to Williams. Last touch by the Dragons. So the Dragons again traveling to Fort Scott Tuesday, have a weekend to rest, but 13 wins on the season, a pretty good mark, especially coming off a nice win against Chanute during homecoming and then a 30-point win against Parsons on Tuesday as Williams hits the buzzer beater 3. So our official final score, 75-59, and the Dragons will earn their 13th victory on the season. And with that, we will take a 2-minute commercial break, come back with final stats, and be joined by Pittsburg High School boys basketball coach Kylie Rolfs on our post-game report. We are back in 2 minutes here on your sports headquarters, ESPN 100.7.
It's the feeling you get the moment you step on campus.
It's the knowledge that you become part of something more.
We're a family of crimson and gold.
Every day we challenge ourselves to achieve more.
The reason why we're here is to make a difference.
Everybody wants to stand out.
Without standing apart.
You belong
at Pittsburg State University.
What's the buzz around Community National Bank and Trust? They're talking mobile banking, instant issue debit cards, rewards checking and credit cards, and let's not forget e-power checking, paying better than CD-like rates on a checking account, plus nationwide ATM fee refunds. Get in on the buzz. Community National Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
What do you want from your bank?
Access to my account information on my phone.
Security, convenience, and friendly staff.
When I call, I want to speak with a real person.
I want it all. Low fees, low loan rates, and high deposit rates.
What if there was a place like this in your community? There is. Kansas Teachers Community Credit Union with locations in Pittsburg, Fort Scott, Independence, and Coffeyville, serving area residents since 1949.
Experience, resources, and reputation to provide the quality representation your claim deserves. Fred Spigarelli has received the top rating from his peers with the Martindale-Hubbell Independent Rating System. His firm has the resources to hire the experts and physicians needed to properly present your claim. The Spigarelli Law Firm has successfully tried cases for over 40 years and taken numerous cases all the way to the Supreme Court. Call the Spigarelli Law Firm today at 877-409-7931 or visit their website at spigarelli-law.com. You can also find them fast in names and numbers. Be sure to get reliable information when you choose an attorney to represent you.
Stream this online at ESPN1007.com.
You heard the bump. If you are streaming on our ESPN100.7.com application and web stream, we welcome you back in, as well as those listening on the dial. Final score 75-59. The Dragon boys basketball team wins at home over Max Roark's now 3-13 Chanute Blue Comets. Kylie Rolfs and company advance to 13-3 on the season, 8-1 in the Southeast Kansas Conference, and making it a lot easier to win the conference outright. Obviously, they still have Labette County to play one more time. Fort Scott, always difficult contest, but right now sitting pretty atop the standings.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great, hard-fought battle for PHS. Got to give hats off to Chanute. They played very well. I mean,
yes.
gave it everything they had. But Cameron, the question that I asked earlier was answered. Yeah, the 2-point game inside was the dominant factor. The three-headed monster in Austin, Curtis, and Marquis was the big difference so far, as they could not be stopped inside.
And you talk about the front court between Austin, English, and Curtis combining for a whopping total of 47 of the team's 75 points, more than 50% of the offensive output between those three gentlemen. Let's get to the final stats. Chase Curtis again, 12 points, 8 rebounds, flirted with a double-double. Kafka, 4 points. Javon Grant, 4 points. Rolfs, 12 points. 8 points for Jarek Butcher on 2 of 4 shooting from downtown. The Dragon shot 4 of 12 from deep, 4 of 9 from the free throw line, but were extremely efficient inside, converting 21 shots from inside 19 feet. As for Chanute, Bryson Ellis, 10 points and 3 rebounds. Michael Aylward off the bench, 3 points on 1-on-1 shooting from deep. Mason Manbeck, 5 points. Matt Hernandez scored 2 points. Nate Otis, 5 points. Ty Bowman, 8 points off the bench, including a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. Anthony Williams scoring 13 points off the bench, shot 3 of 3 from deep, including a buzzer beater in the 4th. And then Kimberlin, 13 points, 4 rebounds. I think a lot of the success tonight stems from the defense on Kimberlin, and we'll hear more about that as Kylie Rolfs, head boys basketball coach of Pittsburg High School, joins us again. A 75-59 victory over the Chanute Blue Comets. Chiefly, Coach, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on the 13th victory of the year. Easy thing to start off with. You have your senior starting tonight. Talk about that moment, not only for them, but for you. You've been with them through the last 4 years and watched them mature. What's it been like?
Yeah, well, it's a great group. I mean, this is the kind of group that when it's all said and done and you lose them, it's really hard because they've been that good. And I don't mean just good basketball-wise. I mean, they are solid young men that have been a joy to coach, and they earned that tonight. I mean, Alex Kafka, Isaac Leverance, and Dalton Gromer, that's their first varsity starts, and they earned that without question. And I thought our guys, Marquis English was our other senior that didn't start tonight. And just to tell you a little bit about Marquis, and I think it's a sign of how this group is too. Marquis comes to me last week and says, Coach, listen, I've played, I've been playing varsity basketball since I was a freshman. I've had the most starts. I just want you to know I'm going to make this easy on you, and I want you to start those other guys, and I'll come off the bench.
Wow.
And yeah, if that doesn't tell you a lot about, again, we all see Marquis how good of a basketball player he is, but that just sums up a lot about this group. And if I talk about it a whole lot more, I'm probably going to start tearing up a little bit because they've meant so much to our program, and they're just quality young men.
And they seem like quality young men on the floor, just the way they're able to celebrate, and I'm sure practices are a lot of fun for them. But talk about your front court. 47 of your guys at 75 points coming from your 3 tallest players in Austin, Curtis, and English tonight.
Yeah, well, they're a load to deal with, and Treno's really come on here. I felt like since about the tournament, in that range, he's really started to play good basketball for us. He's been very productive. He's a very efficient player on the floor. Mm-hmm. He gets a lot of things done, and Marquis and Chase are just, a load to deal with. They're long, they have good basketball instincts, and they go hard. And, anytime you can make teams have to deal with that first, it just makes things a lot easier for you offensively. And well, I don't know. I look at that score up there that's still up there, and it's hard to believe that thing was at around 20 points because it never felt like that in that game.
Yep.
I feel like really what it came down to at the end is we just outscored them because they were solid, locked in offensively, made a ton of shots all night long. I don't know how well we played defensively. I feel like we didn't play very well, but we were able finally there down the stretch to get a bunch of rebounds, and we didn't do that for a while, but I thought they cooled off a little bit, and we rebounded everything, and then we came down and got really good shots on our end, and that probably was the reason why it ended up being what it is.
And you mentioned you finally started getting rebounds, those second chance opportunities coming your way, but Chanute, commend them, fantastic job by them.
Absolutely.
They came out with several different looks in that zone. They came out with the 2-3. I think they threw 3-2 at you once, then that 1-3-1. Talk about the IQ of your guys to read that and know what to run.
Well, we just wanted to keep attacking. We didn't want their stuff to slow us down because that's one reason why they do what they do is they want to turn it into a half-court game, and they really want to slow you down, and we didn't want that to happen. We wanted our guys to stay aggressive but play smart and move the ball and put it in the right spot, and I really thought all night offensively we pretty much did that. The problem was we just never got stops on the other end, so we weren't able to pull away, but our guys did adjust well, and we put the ball in the right spot all night on the offensive end.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the time, and again, congratulations on your 13th victory of the year, 8-1 in Southeast Kansas Conference play, and then a tough road test against Fort Scott on Tuesday.
Yeah, they're all tough, and you go to Fort Scott, one of the hardest places to play around, period. So, our guys understand what's at stake and that we've got to be ready to play, and so hopefully that's what we'll go do.
Appreciate your time,
okay,
Coach.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Kylie Rolfs, head boys basketball coach of the Pittsburg High School Purple Dragons, in a homecoming contest. Very sentimental, as a lot of his seniors that he has watched grow over the last 4 years, potentially having one of their last home games against Sub-State. We're still kind of waiting on that, but it could be here, could not be here. And then in terms of state, this team, I think, has as good of a chance as any, especially with Elkamil healthy, and I think that was a big factor tonight for Coach Rolfs, just deciding to sit Elkamil tonight, allow him to continue to recover as he's still shaky with that leg, and ready him for a tough road test on Tuesday against a Fort Scott club that's going to be really chippy, Avi.
And Cameron, I just want to take a second real quick and go back to what Coach Rolfs talked to us when we started the interview. That was a special and great moment about Marquis.
Yes, I agree.
That was an unbelievable story to hear. Been covering Marquis for now. This is my second year, and I know how great of an athlete he is and just a better person he is off the court. Unbelievable story right there, and hats off to that man. He is a very respectable gentleman on and off the court, just the kind of person you want to have. And Coach Rolfs couldn't say it any better with these guys, the great group of kids. But yeah, back to business. Tuesday is going to be an interesting game. Looking forward to it. Coach Rolfs just said it. It's one of the toughest places to play. Unfortunately, we're not going to have you there on Tuesday, but Shelby White and I will be covering that one. The upset of the night, everyone's going to talk about it with the Lady Tigers beating Labette County. That's going to be a big motivation factor for them to come now back home and play this hot and fire Purple Dragons, Lady Dragons team. And then for the men, you just got to keep doing what you're doing with or without Gavin Elkamil.
And with that, quickly touching back on the girls' game, 46-39, Chris Krotz and company earned their 8th victory of the year. Now over 500 in Southeast Kansas play with a 5-4 mark. If they beat Fort Scott, they could be that number 2 seed in the Southeast Kansas Conference. And when I say seed, I mean placement in the conference. But a great commendable mark. I don't think anybody will catch the Grizzlies, but still, for Coach Krotz's first season with upwards of 10 underclassmen, that's an excellent job on their part. A 7-point win by the girls team tonight and a 75-59 victory for the boys side. Special shout out to Shelby White back at our KSHQ studio for keeping us on air. From Avi Sharma, Cam Molina with you. Have fun. Be safe. We will see you Tuesday in Fort Scott.